So I'm doing prep last night, and I stumble across an item about how do you know someone is really, really, really smart? And there are these 15 signs, and some of them are not quite overt. They're kind of subtle signs that somebody is really, really smart. And I wanted to kind of run them by Michelle, you, and run them by Fester, you over there, and see if we concur on these subtle signs. So I'm looking forward to tackling this later on.
I'm very curious about that because there's one person in this room right now that I feel is exceptionally smart.
All right.
Much smarter than the other two.
Okay, well, I guess we'll discuss a little later on. So welcome, everybody. Rolling up on 6:01 here on the MJ Morning Show on a Tuesday. Welcome. Hey, I want to revisit. That was awesome. You tracked down the real estate agent who was part of that whole creepy foot stalker story. Fester tracked down an agent. If you don't know the story, apparently some sicko creepo is going to open houses all across the Tampa Bay area. We're hearing about, Hillsborough. We're hearing about Pinellas, Pasco. And this creepy dude is going to open houses when the real estate agents are there, obviously, and figuring out a way to somehow touch their feet. All right, if you missed this was in the final hours, like 9:10 or so yesterday. So I want to revisit the story earlier and then see if we can get some real estate agents on the phone that maybe had this happen to them. We had one of the main women who is part of the news story on this, and we had her on yesterday. So I've got some sound bites. I've got some clips from yesterday's little interview where Fester got her on the phone. But, man, that's just creepy, creepy stuff. Full details on the Banco Mother's Day garage door opener giveaway. We're giving away 5 of these things at about $1,000 a piece installed. So for Mother's Day, they want a brand new garage door opener. There's no doubt about it. I'm going to give you full details because next week we're giving away 5 of these things every single day, one a day. And all you have to do is enter via email. I'll give you full details in just a bit, so stand by. Lightning, Andrew, are you I guess, shaking over there? Are you having a nervous breakdown regarding the lightning? How about the fact they fell apart in the last, 5.5 minutes?
Yeah, it's the wrong time to have that happen.
Oh, my God. I mean, the Lightning had that thing in the bag just defend the goal, and the Tampa Bay Lightning now are in the hole 3-1. They lost down in Sunrise, down in Broward last night to the Panthers. So now Tampa Bay, the Lightning, the Bolts, are behind 3-1 with the 4-2 loss. They had it. All they had to do was, 5 minutes left or so, and just hang on. And man, there were how many goals were there? There were 3 goals in how many goals in 5 minutes? Andrew, do you remember? Was it 2? 2 goals
in 11 seconds?
I'm sorry,
2 goals in 11 seconds.
There were 2 goals in 11 seconds, but 3 goals in the last 5 minutes. I mean, geez, man, come on. And now it's going to be do or die. So the Lightning have to win they've got to win the next 3 games.
They have to win everything,
right?
They have
to, the next 3 games. So, it's best of 7, round 1, Stanley Cup, down the road. And what is it? When is the Stanley Cup? Is it June or
Usually
whatever?
It's like the middle of June.
Yeah, the hockey playoffs are the longest. It's like, they're 49 rounds and 700 games. It's what it feels like.
I'm either going to be very invested or not give a crap in about a couple of hours.
Yeah,
we're 2 days.
So this is only round 1, and now the Lightning have to win the next 3 games. They're back here in Tampa tomorrow night for a 7:30 schmuck drop. So Michelle, any thoughts on this? You were kind of yelling at the TV last night.
I mean, just come on, let's go, let's win. Pedal to the metal all the way.
Yeah. Can you believe 2 goals in 11 seconds?
No.
And one was an open netter. That was That's where, you take the goalie out, you just kind of do a Hail Mary. That's what? That's like the hockey version of Hail Mary.
But I think I think the Lightning had scored 2 goals in 11 seconds early on in the game, and so it was just ironic that that's how we lose,
Hey, the game was looking great for the Lightning, and then again, last 5 minutes, it all goes to freaking hell in a handbasket.
If the Lightning wants to have 2 goals scored on them in 11 seconds, they could hire me as the goalie. And I'll save them tens of millions of dollars. And
Festilevsky.
No, listen,
you're Festilevsky.
I mean, I'll block some of them, but you can probably get 2 by me in 11 seconds.
Yeah, Vagisilevsky, not a stellar performance last night.
Did I hear that he's going to retire after this season?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't.
Don't ask
Andrew,
me.
do you know?
I know nothing about hockey.
I've not heard that.
I barely know that they play at the Amalie Arena downtown.
Well, it's still the Ice Palace.
It'll always be the Ice Palace to me.
It'll always be the St. Pete Times Forum.
Michelle and I still call it the Ice Palace. Hey, where's the concert? Up down at the Ice Palace. Yeah, we still call it the Ice Palace. Absolutely. All right, 6:06 at the MJ Morning Show. Oh, classic crotchety old man call coming up this morning. Remember yesterday I mentioned that I got to talk about the Publix deal? I didn't have a chance to get into this yesterday. Just, Monday show, back from the weekend, tons of crap. So yesterday I mentioned that I ran into a listener in Publix, and he just whips out a crotchety old man reference. Doesn't even say, hey, MJ, or he whips out a crotchety old man question, a reference as an icebreaker, which was fantastic. So what'd he say to me? And what name from a crotchety old man classic crank call, what name endures in his life? Great story. I'll share that a little later on. And then also the updated information on the Clearwater Ferry crash. We now know that the alleged driver of the boat is Jeff Knight, a well-known local business guy, had a pretty infamous boating event and accident. Michelle, what was that,
2012?
2012?
Yeah, 2012 was the first one, yeah.
I'm just thinking this Jeff Knight probably needs to stay off the water. That's all I'm saying. So we'll get into that later on, and a lot of people are already throwing up conspiracy theories on this whole deal. So hang on. A lot of crap on today's MJ Morning Show on Q105. Oh, for the early listeners, let me just fill you in on the Banco deal. For the very early first segment listeners, Mom doesn't want chocolates. Mom doesn't want flowers. She doesn't want some stock greeting card off the shelf from aisle 3 at a supermarket. No. Mom wants a garage door opener for Mother's Day. The ultimate gift. If you want your mom to think about you every day, or if you want mom, so it could be your mom, or it could be a mom like your wife, or maybe your mother, So we're giving away 5 of these Banco garage door openers, and they're from LiftMaster. It's the 87504. These things are top of the line. They're $1,000 installed. 360 light ring. It's got the video camera on there. Your phone controls the garage door opener if you want. Full app connectivity. You can open and close the garage door from anywhere. You can, if you're at work and you say, oh man, did I leave the garage door opener? Just check your app. It'll tell you, show you exactly how many minutes it's been open, how many minutes have been closed. You'll get an image. Giving away 5 of these things. Next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, every day. And the way you enter, you send an email. Send an email to MJ at mjmorningshow.com, and you tell us why mom deserves a garage door opener. Could be a funny story. Could be a sad story. Could be a real story. Could be a fake story. Anyone can enter for mom on why mom needs the garage door opener. Hey, mom, you can enter yourself. If you got miserable kids and a miserable husband that doesn't even want to enter this contest, you can enter yourself. I don't care. All right, best stories win. 5 good stories. So send your entry on why mom needs a garage door opener from Banco Overhead Doors, the best in garage doors locally. And send your entry right now via email to MJ at mjmorningshow.com. The entries will be open until 11:59 p.m. this Sunday night. And then starting Monday morning, we start giving away the first garage door opener, 5 of them from Banco and the MJ Morning Show. At 6:10, just getting rolling. Busy Tuesday. When we get back, how to get banned from a major cruise line. Take note of this. Next.
Good morning. We have an accident already this morning. It's in.
right, here we go. 6:20. It's the MJ Morning Show. It's Q105, which is located at 104.7 FM. Yeah, remember that Q105 is 104.7 FM. We don't actually have a 105 in our actual frequency. Just what they named the station years and years ago when we didn't have digital dials. So
it made sense.
Round it up.
60 years ago.
Round it up. Yeah, so 104.7 FM. Spread the word about the MJ Morning Show. Best bang for your buck in morning entertainment radio in the Tampa Bay area. Oh, man, did you see that? They just showed the video on TV. I saw this a couple of days ago. That speedboat out, was it like Lake Havasu in Arizona? And some speedboat was going for like a record, and it hit like 200 miles an hour. Have you seen those cigarette boats or those crazy speedboats that they catch an updraft and they flip over in midair?
Yeah.
It's just unbelievable.
Wow.
And this thing, and the driver and the other crew member, they're like inside a pod, inside like a capsule kind of thing. And, they survived, but man, that's insane. Yeah, the video's been rolling around social media, TV, all that crap. All right, 6:21 at the MJ Morning Show. Hey, I mentioned how to get banned from a cruise line forever. Would you like to know, Fester? Because you're a cruiser occasionally with the family, right?
Occasionally. I enjoy cruises. I haven't been on one, I think, in a year and a half or so.
Because last thing you went on was one of the Disney cruises. Is that right?
I went on one of the Carnival
Cruises.
I am a man of the people.
Gotcha.
Let me tell you what. You go on a Carnival Cruise, you see the people.
Yeah, is that when you say Carnival Cruises are like the most carnival atmosphere where you got a whole bunch of like carnies on there?
I don't want to, I don't want to confuse carnival atmosphere with chaotic atmosphere.
You have chaotic cruise lines.
I mean,
there's a
crazy.
name. There's a name. Yeah, but you have different tiers of cruises, like Holland America, Norwegian, Princess, Carnival.
So do you think Carnival is like Circus in Vegas?
Yeah.
I mean, is that the kind of thing it is?
I think the lower the price point or the more manageable the fee, the larger swath of humanity are attracted to it.
Do they have funnel cakes on Carnival Cruises?
They have a cotton candy machine.
Do they have the tilt-a-whirl on the Carnival? Anyway, this has to do with how to get banned from a cruise line forever. So if I were to tell you that there was a huge fight at a Carnival Cruise terminal, happens to be Galveston, Texas. It would have been even better if it were right here in downtown Tampa, but it was not. But if I were to tell you, did I mention the cruise line that I'm about to mention?
You haven't.
Oh, I haven't, yeah. All right, so if I were to tell you to guess which cruise line was involved with 24 travelers being banned from future Carnival Cruises, what? Oh, I just said it.
What's wrong with you?
I don't know. It's early. I'm still.
I think we all would have guessed Carnival as our first guess.
I was going to guess Viking.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the riverboat cruises
isn't that
through Europe?
Isn't that like no one on that ship is under 90? On the Viking cruises.
They look like amazing cruises.
Looks like a trash.
They do.
Actually, it looks like a trash barge. Yeah, it's like a no. It's a nice looking ship, but it's not a traditional looking cruise ship.
It's a European river cruise.
Yeah, I've seen the commercials
for that. Go into the small bridges.
All right, so let me give you the deal. Video footage has popped up of an incident a couple of days ago on April 26th. And there's a whole group of passengers shoving past barriers. This is inside the terminal in Galveston, Texas. Yeah, where I guess Carnival leaves from, one of their ports of call, or one of their departure ports, I should say.
Yeah, I don't know that you're having a layover in Galveston.
Yeah, no, it's not a port. All right, it's not a port of call.
I'm not taking the tour of the Gulf of America, and we're spending 6 hours in Galveston.
It's a port of embarkation.
Yes.
And disembarkation. Is that the proper nomenclature? Am I using the proper terminology?
I think so.
All right, so there was pushing and shoving. At least one person was slammed on the ground and was punched. And the whole scuffle, the whole melee continues. Security guards jump in, and this is footage from 2 days ago, and it's a complete meltdown. It went down this morning, wrote Trell Ray, who posted footage on Facebook. Yeah, the fight occurred as passengers were getting off of the Carnival Cruise ship Jubilee. Yeah, sounds like a big Jubilee, all right. Yeah, the ship was returning from a week-long Caribbean cruise with stops in Mexico and Honduras.
Oh, yeah, they're picking up their luggage. They're in the luggage pickup area, so the cruise is over.
The cause of the fight was not immediately clear. The incident occurred in the debarkation area under the authority of U.S. Customs and Border Protection. Yeah, the cruise line told USA Today that it emailed a statement. The cruise line told USA Today in an emailed statement, this matter has been turned over to law enforcement. Meanwhile, we will not tolerate such behavior. 24 people placed under the do not sail list. So if you're banned from flying, you're on the don't fly list or the do not fly list or the no fly list. In this case, if you can't get on a Carnival Cruise, you're put on the do not sail list. Fester's on the do not sail list for some cruise lines because he'll tilt the ship.
That's right.
Yeah.
So they just got done with their vacation. These people are stomping on a guy. Look at this guy on the ground. They're jumping on him.
Oh, yeah. And someone's getting punched in the face.
Yeah, this is crazy footage.
So what, did someone want to get to the luggage first and push someone out of the way? So this is where all the porters, all the luggage handlers, they take your bags and they put them in a numbered pickup area? Is that the deal?
Yeah, with Carnival, you had to pick up a number, and that's the group you left on. Wow. And they had all the luggage piled up. You know, and then there's a ridiculous line to get out of the port.
Oh, really?
To get back onto land, you have to go through. It's a customs check.
Oh,
I forgot. I mean, it's been a whole bunch of days. How many years has it been since we've been on a cruise? Last time was what?
The last time was the Jewels of the
Mediterranean.
Baltic.
Yeah, we took a Baltic cruise on Holland, America, which was very, very nice. I actually enjoyed that, but that goes back, what?
Julian was maybe 2, 3.
Yeah, so probably 18 years ago, 7.
Right.
It's been a while, but
we didn't clear customs coming back into the States, how Fester's referring to.
Yeah, so there's a long line there.
Right.
And there's all this humanity just waiting there with their bags.
We got on and off in Europe.
Yeah.
I think Copenhagen or something. Did we, right?
Sounds right. Well, I think we left them from Oslo and then landed.
No, we never. Did we get off in?
We did something in Oslo, and it was probably with that trip.
Oh, you know what? I think we disembarked in Oslo, Norway, and we started in Copenhagen or something.
Reverse.
I don't know. No, because toward the end.
It doesn't matter, really, guys.
Whatever the hell the deal
really
was.
Cares.
So, how do you get banned from a Carnival cruise ship? 24 people on the do not sail list. So, I guess they're going to have to go to what? They're going to have to go to Princess or Norwegian from right now.
Caribbean's fabulous. Every island has its own personality.
Oh, yeah.
Its own flavor. But the place I like best of all, and I'm sure you will too, is right on board my ship, the Superliner Celebration.
Oh.
If they could see you now, out on a puncher cruise, eating fancy food and doing what you choose. I like your friends back home to get a good look at the first-rate Carnival cruise that you took. All I can say is, wow, hey, look at
Anyways,
I think you've had enough. No? Now you've had enough.
Bob Barker was on the cruise. That's great.
Anyway, there you have it. Hey, have you ever heard of a 1970s conversation pit? A 1970s... Michelle, you ever heard of a 1970s conversation pit? Well, the reason why I'm bringing this up, apparently they're making a comeback. I don't know whether, I guess, designers, architects, they're kind of working this back into some designs.
A 1970s what?
You ever heard of a 1970s conversation pit?
No.
You make it sound like it's a feature in architecture?
Yeah, it's a feature in a home.
Well, like just a sitting room for talking?
Yes.
Well, isn't that just called the sitting room?
No.
I think Fester just said it. It's the sitting room.
No.
For any idiots listening, it's called the sitting room.
No, it's the conversation pit. And I think if you watch Mad Men, they had it even back in like the 1960s. The conversation pit, which is making an architectural return, is you have like a sunken living room and you have like a step down into like this square pit. Let's just say like 10 by 10. And then you build like the couches into the pit. So you walk down little steps into the pit and it's like the whole room is filled with like the whole perimeter with like a couch. But it's not like it's like built-in cushions all the way around.
Is there a TV?
Not necessarily, but it's like this sunken pit.
So look at this, Michelle.
Like with bench seating couches all the way around, and you kind of
How do you get in there?
There's an entry.
Yeah, there's an entryway. There's like little steps that go down, but the entry stairs are carpeted to match the color of the material. So it's like this pod. It's a pit, and it was like big in the 1970s, and it's making a comeback.
You know why?
Yeah.
Everybody can sit on the couch and scroll on their phone.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it's much of a conversation pit. I think it's just like, let's all sit together and pretend like we're engaging.
So it really took off in the 60s, went into the 70s, but for whatever reason, they call it the 1970s conversation pit. And you know what they say, what comes around goes around, and stuff just like bell-bottom jeans and that crap, stuff that's out of style comes back into style.
Yeah.
And
basically, it's an enclosed sectional.
it is.
Yes,
Oh,
that's exactly right.
Bingo.
Okay, well.
Bingo.
Hello.
We need a conversation pit. You know what? The new studio design, we should have made the whole, which, by the way, we were supposed to be in the new studio 4 days ago, and nothing. No. But, now that I think about it, I think we made a mistake. We should have turned the whole MJ Morning Show studio into a sunken living room conversation pit. Because what do? We have a conversation every morning.
That's exactly what our studio is. Yeah. This is a conversation pit with better seating than what we're going to have.
This is a conversation pit dumpster.
This place is.
This is if we put stained chairs inside a dumpster. That's what we're in right now. Conversation dumpster. It's 6:33. So heads up, if you're designing a house, folks, you might want to put in a sunken living room conversation pit. Yeah, but here in Florida, you might get in trouble with FEMA and not be able to get flood insurance. Just a heads up on that. All right, 6:33 at the MJ Morning Show. Early Morons in the News are next, and I got a smoking pile. I got a great pile of Morons in the News in minutes here on Q105, 104.7 FM, so please stand by. Roll right into the morons in the news, and this is an idiot. This is a total, complete moron on roids. A dude escapes from prison, right? Multiple times in his history. So this guy has escaped from lockup multiple times.
He's a pretty talented guy.
The latest is an attempted escape from the county jail with 2 days left on his sentence.
Oh.
What a friggin' idiot. This is out in Colorado, Pueblo County, Colorado. Remember all those government publications? Remember those commercials when you were a kid?
Pueblo, Colorado.
Yeah, whatever the zip code was, 80, whatever. So, Pueblo, Colorado, I think was like a government warehouse of like all the published governmental pamphlets. Who sent away for that crap? I just remember when I was a kid, all those like public service announcement TV commercials, and it was always, yes, write to Pueblo, Colorado, 8133, whatever the zip is out there. Does that place still exist? I haven't seen those Pueblo, Colorado commercials in a while. Anyway, the Pueblo, Colorado County Sheriff's Office has said that the inmate was gone for about 35 minutes after walking out of the detention facility. Yeah, the Sheriff's Office confirmed the inmate, identified as Lucas Brown, is now back in custody following assistance from the local police department. According to the Sheriff's Office, inmates designated as kitchen trustees were cleaning up for the night last Thursday, and Mr. Brown, Lucas Brown, went to throw out the trash, and then he just took off running. So 2 days left on his sentence. 2 days left in the county lockup, and the guy decides to make tracks and get the hell out of there.
He couldn't wait just a little bit longer?
What a schmuck. He worked in the kitchen, for 24 days, never had an issue, according to the security captain. At the time of his escape, Brown had just 2 days left on his sentence. Yeah, he was sentenced to 90 days for criminal mischief. So he served, 88 days? 2 days left, and he decides to, man, I can't take it anymore. I've been here 88 days. I can't wait another 2 days. I got to get out of here.
Is he just really bad at counting? Did he not know that he was in his last hours?
Well, I think you probably need to wait for the formal discharge, the formal release. I don't think you self-eject yourself.
But he just obviously wasn't maintaining a calendar.
Yeah,
where's his day timer?
Yeah, right. Where's this little day
you don't
runner?
leave on your own. You have to be discharged.
Right, but you know what day all that's going down. I've seen prison shows before. They wake you up super early so the other guys don't get all pissy on you.
Let me tell you,
throws urine at you as you're walking down the hall.
Let me tell you, Miggs, what did he throw at you?
Oh.
What did Miggs throw at you? What did Miggs say to you? All right, so here's the deal. He now faces additional charges for the attempted escape, and he will no longer be a kitchen trustee.
Oh.
So he's not going to be able to take the trash out to the dumpster.
That's a big job in prison, man. You get a good job like that?
What a schmuck.
You know what? He should have been disqualified from that position in the first place, from his previous escape.
Yeah, I have to really kind of blame the Pueblo, Colorado authorities.
Yeah, documents that were uncovered show that he's pleaded guilty to one count of escaping from a staff secure facility previously. Here's one in 2017. What an idiot. Yeah. By the way, he was incarcerated back in 2017, and he was in Arapahoe County. And you know what he was in custody for? He was jailed in Arapahoe County because he had an argument with a hooker and hit her.
I thought you were going to say he was rapping a song with her.
Arapahoe. Anyway, so no, I'm kidding. I just made that up. I just always laugh when I hear about Arapahoe County. Yes, Fester.
Pueblo, Colorado.
Go ahead. What?
Hold on.
For your free copy, write Consumer Catalog, Pueblo, Colorado, 81009.
There we go. Consumer Catalog, Pueblo, Colorado, 81009. Man, I haven't seen those commercials forever.
It's a whole minute-long commercial.
Yeah, anyway, I don't even know what the hell that was for. Yeah, so if you've got a couple of days left on your sentence, don't try to make an escape. What a schmuck. All right, closer to home here, 646 MJ Morning Show as the morons continue. This is a Florida story. This is a Florida judge. What is the worst thing that a judge could be found with in their car? What's the worst thing?
I mean, a dead hooker?
That would be an Arapahoe.
That'd be terrible. I mean, a meth factory?
Oh, well, you're getting closer.
Okay.
A Florida judge. This is over on the other side of the state. This is Jensen Beach.
Mm-hmm.
This is, I guess, the Martin County Sheriff's Office. They spotted a Ford F-150 swerving in a lane. Then was over line, swerving all over the place. Then I guess was driving through a roundabout without any lights on. This was 10:41 p.m. Turns out that Brett Waronicky, a circuit judge, this is Florida's 19th judicial circuit, which is based out of Fort Pierce, which is truly an armpit of Florida, was arrested on charges of DUI and possession of drug paraphernalia. What the hell? When the judge was pulled over, authorities noted a strong alcoholic smell on his breath. His eyes were bloodshot. His eyes were also watery. He had slurred, thick-tongue speech. That is it. That's in the police report.
Well, that's one of the identifying, facts or behaviors.
When you were prosecuting for the Hillsborough County State Attorney's Office, Michelle, you did plenty of DUI cases. Are you familiar with thick-tongue speech? Was that terminology? thick tongue.
It's very descriptive.
I don't remember it being specifically thick tongue, but they do try to describe your speech to the best of the ability in the police report so that,
Well, in the police report, the judge's speech is described as slurred, thick tongue speech. It's like my tongue is swollen. It's like my tongue was stung by a whole bunch of yellow jackets. You know what I just said?
Well, doesn't that describe...
Hold on, what did I just say? Can you understand me?
Yeah, you had a bunch of bee stings. Blech.
Yeah, well, I said that my tongue was swollen because it was like I just got stung on my tongue by a whole bunch of yellow jackets.
You know who I am? I'm a judge. I'll take all your jobs.
So the guy had body tremors. He had trouble sitting still. He's all fidgeting inside the vehicle. The judge told the deputies from Martin County when they pulled him over that he was going to pick up 2 friends and head back home before admitting that he had 2 vodka drinks. It's always 2 drinks.
Always 2.
That's the classic.
What do you have to drink?
Just a couple beers.
Couple of beers. Yeah, 2 beers. That was like almost the standard response,
It
right?
is.
When you were going through the affidavits and the police reports and you were prosecuting DUIs, it was always, yep.
At my friend's house, had a couple drinks.
Driver claimed he had 2 beers, right?
Always. Always.
Yeah. Court documents show that the judge, this Warrenicki, did not want to do a field sobriety exercise because he said he did nothing wrong, refused the alcohol breath test. A canine searched the judge's vehicle, discovering cocaine residue in his wallet.
Your Honor.
What? This is a circuit court judge in
Martin County.
I guess he was pulled over in Martin County. He works over in St. Lucie County because he's in Fort Pierce. Fort Pierce is St. Lucie County, right? Yeah. And so the judge has. Are you kidding me? The judge has cocaine residue in his wallet? So they took him to the Martin County Jail along with 2 other passengers in the vehicle. They were also cited for cocaine possession. So the passengers apparently had cocaine on them too.
Now, did he carry the cocaine in the wallet, or did he use like a
credit card,
or like a dollar bill to snort it up?
I don't. That's a good question.
For 100, remember?
Yeah.
Roll up $100 bill.
Yeah. Well, there are always those stories that U.S. currency, like a lot of U.S. currency, I think $100 bills, it's been stated, I don't know how real it is.
There's traces of cocaine on like almost all of it.
Yeah. Well, listen, I don't know if that's accurate, but there have been stories for years that there's traces of cocaine on almost all $100 bills. At least that was something going around. Yes, Michelle.
You know what his assignment is over there in St. Lucie?
What is his assignment?
One of them is all substance abuse and mental health court cases.
Oh, my God. Really?
Yeah.
He knows.
I mean, he should know better than anybody.
You know what? He's probably going to use I was just doing research defense. I really need to know what these perps, I need to know what these defendants are going through in my drug-related courtroom. So I figured I'd coke it up good to find out. I'm immersing myself. I'm doing research. Can you believe that? Unfreaking believable. You got a circuit court judge pulled over. He's clearly DUI, and he's got cocaine residue, and he's got passengers in his F-150, and they've got cocaine on them, too.
This guy's court session has been open for the last 72 hours. Yeah. He's been wide awake.
I'm guessing that this guy's going to have some issues keeping himself on the bench. Yeah, in the circuit court over in Fort Pierce. 6:53 at the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. I mentioned something with the trop, and I never got to the story last week, but before it gets too far out of view, I want to just, they missed the boat on this, man. I'm telling you, there was when the trop was up and running, when the trop actually had a roof and the Rays were playing there, they missed the boat on something big. And I'm going to explain exactly what that is. Oh, this is funny. This is great. Do you know the 7 things that boomers do at a restaurant that give away their age? As well as, I got a couple of boomer things. This is just funny stuff. So if you want some boomer jokage for the day, I got it next on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105, 104.7 FM. Don't move. You have arrived. It's 7:01. It's the MJ Morning Show here on Q105, 104.7 FM. Cash Kitty's on the way in less than an hour, so 8 o'clock, 58 minutes from right now. The Cash Kitty returns. We'll give you a new word. We'll give you the text line again. You text the word in, and you could win $1,000 5 times today. 8 a.m., 10 a.m., 12 noon, 3, and then 5 p.m., and then, of course, we'll give you full details on the huge MJ Morning Show Banco Overhead Doors Mother's Day Garage Door Opener Giveaway Contest. $1,000 garage door openers installed. Top of the line. That's what Mom wants for Mother's Day. Trust me on this one, folks. We'll get to that coming up in just a bit. Full details. The entry process is on, and my email box is filling up. All right, first of all, they missed the boat on this. I know that the Rays will never play at Trop again. The Rays are now playing at Steinbrenner right across from Ray J.
Right.
Will it just be this season? Will the Rays strike a deal to also stay in the Steinbrenner Field facility for next year? All to be determined.
The Rays hate being there, by the way.
Yeah.
What?
It's not a major league park. Listen, it's nice. I mean, Steinbrenner Field is a nice facility, but it's not. It's a minor league. It's a single A, double A, triple A at best ballpark.
It's a minor league spring training
right.
ballpark. There's no luxury suites. Right. There's a lot of revenue that they're missing out on. The Rays hate being there.
But they're sold out now.
Okay, there's 12,000 seats.
Just there are 500 seats.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
What was it, 10,000, 11, 12,000, whatever it is.
I heard the players love playing there.
Yeah.
The team likes it.
Yeah.
But old Stu and whoever else would own the team hates it.
Mm.
Well, the revenue has been slashed, obviously.
Yeah.
So, they missed the boat on this. This had come out last week, and I didn't bring this up, so I don't want to get this too far in the rearview mirror. They missed out, and I don't want this to sound insensitive, and I'm not trying to be insensitive, but
But you're going to be?
They missed out on this. So last week they found like more unmarked graves underneath a parking lot where Trop is.
Yeah, it used to be a gravesite or a burial
Well,
ground.
yeah. Poltergeist parking lot. They missed out. I'm telling you. You know, like at Disney, where'd you park? Oh, we're in the Minnie Mouse parking lot.
And then you have like the tram that takes you out
Yeah,
there.
exactly.
We're now approaching the Minnie Mouse parking lot.
Yes, we're now approaching the Goofy parking lot. Hey, Andrew, you're a big Disney nut. Can you roll through all the parking areas at Disney? All right, name as many as you can and go.
I can't remember. They have it divided between the villains and the heroes.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
I can't remember them all.
So you'd stay.
I often don't park in the main lot.
But what do you what do you park in employee parking? What do you...
No, you stay at the resort or someplace. You
All right.
take Disney transportation. Take the monorail over.
But how did they miss? Because there were other grave sites that were found in the past.
Years ago, they found other ones. Yes.
Yeah. And listen, it's sad. You have a lot of unmarked graves, and it's a sad situation. But when I heard again last week that we have new developments, and that over a certain time period, some of the ground sonar discoveries showed that there were graves.
I heard one of the grave sites was as little as 3 feet below the ground.
Yeah, that's called a shallow grave.
I mean, well, maybe it was deeper at the time. They might have excavated where the parking lot is. They had to level it, but
maybe
they're one bucket scoop away from finding that thing when they're building the trop.
Right. But when you're thinking about the parking lots and you're finding unmarked graves and bodies, I mean, how can you not think of Poltergeist? How can you not think of like the stormy scene and the swimming pool that was being built in the backyard and all the the graves are popping up out of the ground? I'm telling you, Poltergeist parking at the Trop, they missed the boat on this thing. Carol Ann, come to the light.
Run to the light, Caroline. Run as fast as you can.
Am I being insensitive with Poltergeist parking? Or was it too soon?
All right. You're not being overly insensitive or overly funny. I mean, nobody's like, ha, Poltergeist
the Poltergeist parking lot at the Trop. All right, I have in my hands 2 separate lists, and I found these funny. And, thank God I have not approached this yet. Thank God. I'm a Gen Xer. Michelle is a Gen Xer. Fester, you're Gen X. Andrew, our producer's Gen X. So we're all Gen X. So, we're not in the boomer. We're not, the baby boomer generation. So I did have a chuckle at this. And I know that Chloe and Julian are probably going to say, oh, Dad, you do that, you do that, you do that. How would you like to nibble on 7 things that boomers do in a restaurant that instantly gives away their age? 7 things boomers do in a restaurant. And the baby boomer generation, what is it? It's like post World War II.
Yeah, all the soldiers came home and started having babies.
Yeah, so the boomer generation, the whole expression, okay, boomer. What is it, like 46 to like almost mid 60s. So 64. So the boomer generation is 1946 after World War II to 1964. That's the okay boomer generation.
About the time they came home from World War II to the time they started sending them to Vietnam.
7 things boomers do at restaurants that instantly give away their age. Number 1, they don't want to use the apps. They don't want to use Open Table. They don't want to use Resi. They want to call the freaking restaurant. I gotta pick up the phone. Gotta call the hello? Hello, Applebee's. I want to make a reservation.
You know what? I've had good luck on those apps, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I use Resi. I use Open
No,
Table.
you don't.
Yes, I do.
No,
What
you
What are you
don't.
talking about?
You call,
No,
or when you say you use the apps, this is what you do. Chloe, can you make me a reservation? Chloe, look it up and tell me what they have available.
Michelle, I have used Resi and
When?
Open Table many times.
No.
You want me to open up our account? I can.
I've done it. Chloe's done it. Julian's done it. I have no recollection of you.
Look at my text.
Boomer, go. Next.
No.
What's the next one?
I'm Gen Xer, just like you. No, go through my texts. Go back, like 2 years of texts, and you'll see the Resi or the Open Table confirmations.
I'll give you a pass on that one.
Next.
All right. Number 2, they avoid QR code menus.
Oh, I hate
QR
QR code menus.
Listen, I don't think you have to be a boomer to avoid a QR code menu. And remember, there was a story we did like maybe a year or two ago that the QR code menus were fading out because all demographics didn't like the QR code menus. People want to see a nice menu. They want to open it up and read the damn menu. So I remember we did a story a couple of years ago probably that the QR codes sitting on the table, that those were, starting to get phased out. And it's not just boomers. But anyway, boomers will avoid the QR code menus. Number 3, they emphasize old school dining etiquette.
Like what, eating with utensils? I mean, what does that mean?
Elbows on the table, that kind of crap. I never understood the elbows on the table thing.
You're a Neanderthal. That's why.
So it's emphasizing the old school dining etiquette and, excusing yourself from the table, all that crap. Number 4, boomers are quick to voice dissatisfaction at a restaurant.
Yeah.
This food is cold. Oh, this is too salty. Oh, this is... All right, number 5. They're always talking about value for the money. This dish. Oh, this dish not a good value. It's not, So talking about value for the money. Number 6, things that boomers do at a restaurant instantly gives away their age. They often prefer paying with cash and not a credit card or a debit card or even using a check. Excuse me, waitress. Probably also calling the servers a waitress. Excuse me, waitress, do you take personal checks?
Have you ever been to a restaurant that took a personal check?
Yeah, I've seen that before, but it's been a while. But like cash, I can't tell you the last time I used cash at a restaurant. Unless, it's a cash only, like it's a pizza shop and they don't take a credit card, it's cash only. Where, Michelle, any places you can think of that were cash only?
No.
Some of the pizza shops we've gone to, even some of the sit-down places, I've been to some cash-only places, and you got to wonder.
Yeah, I just can't remember any of. More often in the city, we would run into the complication where they only wanted you to use like Apple Pay or some kind of digital pay. Remember, was some salad place.
Yeah. So I can't tell you the last time that I used cash at a restaurant voluntarily, unless, and I know there are some.
You know what?
Yeah.
Mom's Place on Dale Mabry, the diner.
Cash only?
I see. I typed in cash only Tampa.
Right.
And they popped up as number 2. And I remember going there.
Really?
And they have like a janky off-brand ATM machine. I mean,
oh, yeah. I avoid those like the plague.
Yeah.
First of all, I don't use a lot of ATM. By the way, you said ATM machine, which is redundant because it's almost like you just said automatic teller machine.
I was going to say that.
ATM machine is just like saying automatic teller machine.
All right.
So I don't use ATMs much anyway, but if I need to use an ATM, that unbranded private ATM in the back of some janky convenience store off of MLK, I'm not using that machine.
Well, they have one of those at Mom's Place,
right?
And it's a cash-only establishment. And you tip the waitress in cash, or you leave it on the table, or
yeah.
you pay for the whole meal in cash.
Yeah. Hey, Michelle, I don't want to give too much away, but we know a hair salon, right? We know a stylist, and I guess didn't they want their tips in cash? Was there a time they
no?
Hold on a minute. There was a time where a lot of salons did not want you to put the tip on your credit card. They wanted to separate. You could put your haircut, your hair coloring, you could put the services on the credit card, but there were a lot of salons that wanted the tip in cash.
No, that's common in the nail salon industry.
I'm saying it was common in
Okay,
hair.
well,
It was
I don't know
common
anything
in-
about what you're talking about with the hair because I've never experienced that.
I've seen it. I've been to places where they didn't want you to put the tip on the credit card.
Good for you.
And if you remember, there's someone we know. They had a private ATM in their hair salon. They bought a private ATM.
I don't remember that.
Oh, I do.
Hit the
Okay.
back.
Yeah,
Pull out some cash.
I'm not putting my freaking card or my PIN number in some janky homemade ATM machine or. Oh, I just did it myself. ATM machine.
It's like you said.
I just did it.
Yeah.
It's like you just said automatic teller machine.
So the boomers
Paying
often like
cash.
paying cash instead of using a credit card. Number 7, they're unsure of trendy food options. So there you go. So the menu itself, yeah. So they might know and might not. They might not know about certain trends. Like what is it? The acai bowl? Is that how you pronounce the damn thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. They might not know about some of the trendy food options. So, all right, those are interesting. 7 things that boomers do at restaurants give away their age. And then phrases. I love this. Phrases that boomers use. And this makes younger people think that they're just totally self-absorbed. So what are additional boomer phrases? This is back-to-back boomer on the MJ Morning Show.
Is it something like "Watch out, or you put your eye out" or something?
You know what? You're
You know,
It's all fun and games until an eye gets poked out.
yeah, there you go. Number 1, back in my day.
Well,
These are
that's-
like phrases.
Come on.
That's a given. Back in my day. Number 2, when I was your age. Number 3, kids these days. And I would have gotten away with it if it weren't for those meddling kids. Yeah. That's not the way we used to do it.
Yeah.
That's not the way we used to do it. Number 5, you have it so easy. Is this like when I was your age, I walked 10 miles in the snow
I think these
to get to school?
These apply to any
Yeah.
generation that's the oldest generation, because the generation before the boomers are probably dead.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, you think so?
They're dying off pretty. So,
Yeah.
but if
Oh, you know what? No, there's still.
I mean, if you're 80,
Yeah, well,
you're the generation before boomers.
Well, no, if you're 80, let's see. Oh, yeah, boomers are 46 plus. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
all right.
boomers are, if you're 80 and younger is essentially a boomer. So if you're over 80, you're probably dead or on your way.
Yeah, so if you're 1945, you're 80.
Yeah.
If you're 1945, you're 80. So
But if you were 20 years ago, if this article was written, it would have been like, listen to this old timer phrase to these unhip
Yeah.
elderly. I don't
all right,
know.
here's the last couple of ones. In my time, we respected our elders.
Oh,
Is this the last one? Last one here. When I was your age, we didn't have all these luxuries. Man, I've heard all these.
yeah. What are your kids going to say to their kids? When I was a kid, I had to hold the remote control to change the channel on the TV. You just have to blink.
Let me tell you right now, I've never used any of these phrases. I never said back in my day, when I was your age, kids these. I've never used any of these phrases with my kids. So,
Wait till the grandkids come.
yeah. All right, 7:17 at the MJ Morning Show. Coming up in the next segment, we'll give you the latest on the Clearwater ferry crash. Yeah, a lot of folks are asking questions. Conspiracy theories are floating around. It took a while. It took a while for the name to come out. And I had already heard the name just after the show closed down. I had sources that were buzzing my texting off the hook yesterday, with the name. And it turned out that all my sources were accurate as far as the name of the boater that smashed into the Clearwater Ferry pontoon boat. So we'll get to that coming up in just a bit. Oh, speaking of restaurants, is this a racket? Is this a scam? So I'm just going to tease this now, and we'll get to it when we get back in just a minute. I have a story about someone that swears they had a certain dollar value on their actual gift card for a restaurant, a big chain. They give the server the gift card to pay for the meal, and you're not going to believe what the server said regarding their gift card. I want to know if this is common. I want to know if this has ever happened to you. What kind of racket? Is this some kind of a scam? What is it regarding restaurants, gift cards? Tell you next. And a whole lot more. Oh, you know what hot wifing is?
Ooh.
Do you know what hot wifing is? This is another one. If you don't know what hot wifing is and how this might apply to your relationship, we'll tell you. And also, we'll follow up on the creepy real estate foot story with the foot creep that's going to open houses and trying to touch realtors' feet at open houses around the Tampa Bay area. Yeah, crazy story. A lot of stuff. Over an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ starts next here on Q105 104.7 FM. MJ Morning Show. Here we go. Over an hour and 20 minutes of, we're getting an early start on this. So we're starting now at 7:25. This is good. This is where I want to be for the start of an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ. And then we'll go extra long on the other end. So over an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ starts right now. Full details on the humongous Mother's Day MJ Morning Show Banco overhead doors Mother's Day garage door opener giveaway. Giving away $5,000 top-of-the-line garage door opener installs from Banco for Mother's Day. We'll give you full details on that in just a bit. First, though, I listed a whole bunch of things that I find remarkably interesting. So, first, off the bat, is the gift card at the restaurant situation. I want to know, is this a scam? Has this happened to you? Are you a server? Are you a former server at a restaurant? And have you heard of this? Will you fess up that you actually did this? Well, what is it? Woman says that she had a $200 Olive Garden gift card.
Oh, no.
She gives the gift card to the server, and the server comes back, "Thank you so much." And she's like, "Well, where's my gift card? I've got a balance on my gift card." Server says, "Nope, gift card is fully exhausted." And the woman's like, "No, it's not." So listen to this. This is a social media post. This popped up in my reel. It's a woman, and the audio's not great, or else I'd play the audio. So let me just surmise this for you.
This is a scam from the serving staff to the patron?
Well,
I thought it was going to go the other way.
Yeah.
Well, no. This appears to... She's calling out the server at an Olive Garden, thinking that the server pocketed the remaining balance on the gift card. So this woman is on video. Again, the audio quality's crappy, or else I'd play it. But this woman on the video says, "Y'all, we just got effing scammed at Olive Garden. We got scammed." And she says that she and her boyfriend went to an Olive Garden. Now, let me be very clear here. I don't think this is indicative of Olive Garden. Michelle and I, we were just at Olive Garden again. Our new Valentine's Day tradition, Michelle and I go to Olive Garden now for Valentine's Day. After sort of a gag gift turned into a real deal. If you don't know the story, I hadn't been to the Olive Garden since 1993. I had just become engaged to Michelle, and I went out with Michelle and some of her coworkers at Navy Federal Credit Union on Lynn Haven Parkway in Virginia Beach, where, by the way, the Olive Garden still sits. So that was the last time I had been to Olive Garden, was 1993. So as a joke, Michelle's mother for Christmas gave me a $25 Olive Garden gift card for Christmas 2 Christmases ago.
Such a funny lady.
And I had it in my wallet. I'm like, "Hey, let's use it. Where do you want to go?" And Michelle's like, "Hey, let's go to Olive Garden for Valentine's Day."
Perfect.
So
Right?
Valentine's Day 24, we went to the Olive Garden right at the Boy Scout and West Shore. And we had a very enjoyable time.
Sure.
And guess what we did this year? Valentine's Day 2025. We went back to the Olive Garden. So it's our new little fun tradition.
Valentine's Day tradition.
Exactly.
You're the early bird.
There you go. So what I'm saying is, I don't think this is indicative of Olive Garden in general, but it happened to this woman there. This woman thinks that she and her boyfriend got scammed. And she says she had a $200 gift card, and she was paying for a $37 meal. And she says that according to her calculations, the $37 deducted from the $200 with the remaining balance, that she should have had $80-something left on the gift card. We give our server the gift card, and she's cursing a lot on this thing. So Andrew probably is thankful that I didn't give him the audio. And the woman comes back and says, "Oh, gift card's gone. It's empty. Nothing left on it." And they're like, "No, what? Oh, well, huh?
Where's the card?"
Yeah, that's weird. The couple says they asked for the card back anyway, and then the waitress apparently agreed to go fetch the card, but never returned to the table.
What?
Yeah, that's the story. So I don't know why you don't go to the manager, but what I want to know is this a thing? So if there was a balance of $80 left on the gift card, and on their computer system, when they scan the card, it's going to tell you what the balance is, I would imagine. Has anyone ever heard of this? You ever work at a restaurant? Have you ever heard of maybe you've done it. Maybe you were a scam artist. Have you ever pocketed the remaining balance on a card? Hey, it could be retail as well. Maybe you've got a Target gift card or whatever, where you have a balance. Has anyone had any experience with this? I don't know what kind of phone volume we're going to get on this, but have you ever had, you think, a server or any place try to rip off the remaining balance on your gift card? Is this a thing? Anybody? 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. If you'd like to weigh in on this, if you're a server and you've done this, if you want to remain anonymous, that's fine. If you're a server and you've known someone else that have done this, is this a thing? Are you aware of this?
I can't imagine it's a thing.
Are you a customer where this happened to you and someone tried to rip you off? It's kind of like the lottery ticket deal. You hand the lottery ticket before the machines used to, before the machines went dun dun. When you scan a lottery ticket here in Florida, it's supposed to make the noise, right?
It audibly lets you know that this is a winning ticket.
Right.
Really?
But
Yeah.
oh, you didn't know that?
When you go to the self-scanner,
Yeah, Michelle, when's the last time you bought a lottery ticket?
Before I married you,
Yeah.
I mean, I can't even recall.
so most major lottery retailers have a self-scanning machine where you can scan your own card, and it either makes the dun, dun sound if you're a
Dun,
winner,
dun.
or it makes like a sound if you're a loser.
It doesn't fart
It
at
makes
you.
a fart sound.
No,
All right, now I'm doing it.
No.
I'm going to go buy a bunch of tickets now.
No. The losers. There's no loser sound. There's just a dun dun. No, there's
the dun dun's the winner, but the is the
there's
loser.
no.
Yes. So
Stop spreading
you
a run,
you get
Michelle.
behind
Michelle.
somebody in line.
Michelle.
You get behind somebody in line,
Michelle.
they have
There's
like
there's no.
Fester's talking.
Come on, man. We got jokes to do, man.
I'm just.
I got a whole joke about if you get behind somebody in line with 500 losing cards and it sounds like this.
Yeah. Remind me
And
not
we're just
to.
going to talk over each other?
Yeah.
the whole
Remind me
time?
not to talk on that microphone.
I think Chloe and I are going to go buy some lottery tickets
Come
later.
on, man.
Have a good
All
time.
right, Michelle.
What?
There's no sound when you lose, but there is a.
I don't know. Fester's pretty believable.
When you scan a Florida lottery ticket and it's a winner, whether it's
Yeah.
a $2 winner or whether it's a $2 million winner,
Dun,
dun,
dun.
dun,
Right,
so
it lets you know.
it does make the noise.
But that's because of clerks scamming people out of winning tickets. It's like, hey, is this a winner? And you turn it over, and the guy be like, oh, man,
Well,
sorry.
and that's what I was pointing out.
I'll just throw it in the trash
Hey,
for you.
We had stories of that in the past.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
Dun, dun.
Yeah, we've done stories where, and this is some years ago, so I think most of the states now, when you scan the ticket, there's some kind of an audible noise to let you know that the ticket is some kind of a winner.
All right, fine.
But-
Maybe the machine doesn't toot at you. Okay, fine.
but
that's a
it
joke.
should, though.
know, right?
We've done
That'd be a good feature.
We've done the story in the past where the clerk scanned the ticket and saw it was a big winner
Yeah.
before there were audible notifications of a winner. And the clerk said, sorry, not a winner. I'll toss this for you. And then the clerk pockets the ticket. And if you do a Google search on that, you'll find stories from, over the last maybe 10, 15 years of rackets and scams just like, oh, look at the phones. Oh, phones are loaded up good on this this whole question about the gift card deal. All right, let me start with line 2. We'll grab Evan over in Boynton Beach, down in Palm Beach County. Evan, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hello.
Hey, good morning, MJ. Look, I worked at Olive Garden, and I will guarantee anyone, if they experience what this couple did,
Yep.
I agree. They should have demanded to speak to the manager, and if the server gave them any pushback, they should have gotten up and went to the bar or went to the, and saw the manager. But if they didn't do that, which it appears they didn't, they have a customer service line for Darden restaurants.
Yep.
I will guarantee that Darden will make it right with them. If they call them and explain just how you explained it on the air, Darden will make it right with that couple.
Oh, I have no doubt about it. I mean, it's an upstanding operation. They've got numerous brands. Darden has high-end brands like the Capitol Grill, and they bought Ruth's Chris Steakhouse some time ago. So,
and if they find out that server did anything like that, that server will be terminated.
Oh, they'll put your head in the deep fryer.
Yeah.
In the kitchen. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, buddy, thanks for the call. I appreciate it. Yeah, so the server said she was going to go back and get the so-called depleted gift card and never returned.
This is the suspicious part about this whole story.
It is weird. It's like, why wouldn't you ask for the manager? So the woman's name is Kenzie Schmid, Schmid, and she said, I hope y'all, or people were saying, I hope you, called to make sure they gave the card back. Anyway, as an Olive Garden server, someone added, she probably got fired because that's stealing. So she also, followed up and explained that she also checked the balance online and that there was a balance. But it's like, why didn't they go to the manager? So the waitress disappeared for like 20 minutes and, immediately you ask for the manager. Let me grab Tisha in Lakeland. Tisha, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Good morning.
Hey, Tisha. Welcome to the MJ Morning Show. What do you have for us?
I didn't actually work at a restaurant, but I did work at a Family Dollar, and we had an employee. We had to fire her. She actually took money from customers for gift cards and acted like she was bringing them up and gave the customers their gift card, and when they left, she would go grab the same gift cards and then put the money on her own gift card, so the customers would get a blank gift card with nothing on it, and then she would put the money on her own gift card and then go spend it.
Wow. How many times did she do that before she was discovered?
We actually found out it was twice that we know of, but we don't know if it had been more times or not.
And did you have people come back to the store and say, hey, I put $50 on this gift card, and what do you mean it has zero?
Yeah, it was like they were putting like $150 on Visa gift cards and stuff to send to family members and stuff.
Oh, so the like Visa gift cards as well, not just a store card.
One was a gift card and one was an actual restaurant gift card where you can tell them how much you want to put on it and stuff. I think it was a Chili's gift card, and she just went ahead and acted like she did it, and then next thing you know, she had the gift cards with the money on it.
Yeah, wow, that's a racket. Thank you, Tisha. Thanks for listening. Have a good one.
Yeah.
Kenny in St. Pete. Kenny, 2 more calls here, Andrew, and I got to move on. Kenny in St. Pete. Kenny, you're on the MJ Morning Show.
Morning, MJ.
What's the story?
Yeah, I had something similar happen to me. I had a return at a Walmart store before, and they put it on a gift card, and when I went back to use the gift card, they're like, oh, I'm sorry, ma'am, there's nothing on this gift card. Manager wouldn't even listen to me about it.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah. When you get a gift card, maybe you can like scan it right away and make sure the money is on the card,
Oh, trust me, from now on I do.
Yeah, all right.
I check it right away.
Hey, what about those price scanners? Like throughout like Target and Walmart, you know, they have that price scanner where you can scan your own prices. And do those also read a gift card?
Yeah,
they
can
do
pay with a gift card.
Yeah. No, what?
Yeah, you
They
can
do
pay
now.
No. Do the scanners that are throughout, you didn't hear what I said. You can price check your own items in the store. They've got like wall mounted or end cap mounted scanners. Can you scan a gift card on those scanners to see how much money's on a card?
I don't know that.
That's what I'd like to know.
I don't think you can do it that way,
All
but
right.
you can scan it to use it.
Yeah. All right, Kenny. Thank you for the call. I appreciate it.
Thank you, MJ.
All right, let me grab Tony in Spring Hill. Last call on this. Tony, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Welcome.
Hey, good morning, MJ.
Hey.
So, we've actually had a couple things happen before where we go to a restaurant, you go to pay with a gift card, and then it comes back and there's zero on it. But I've actually had the gift cards where they've showed me where it says that you have to use the total amount of the gift card. Even if you have any extra, they will not give you back the money on the gift card.
That's strange.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you're spending $30, so let's say the gift card is $50 and your meal is $34, you don't get anything back. It's like the gift card.
So
once you use it, it's
all right. So
maxed out.
Tony, I've been to restaurants before where they had a paper gift certificate.
Yeah.
Not a gift card, but a gift certificate.
Right.
Yeah.
And they have no way of. It has no cash value. It
Right.
says on
But
the
a
certificate.
gift card, a digital gift card, you should be able to deduct the money, and then whatever balance is, you apply it towards your next visit. That doesn't make sense.
You
Yeah.
should be able to, but they actually have on the gift card in the small print, it says total amount must be used with each visit.
I got you. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate the call. All right, so just heads up on the gift card thing. And if that ever happened to me, I wouldn't put up with that crap. I wouldn't wait 20 minutes for the server to come back with the so-called depleted card. I would say, I would go hunt down the manager. I would get out of my booth. By the way, in the restaurants, I like to sit in the booth. That's the BOOF, the booth. So I wouldn't put up with that crap. No way whatsoever. All right, quickly here, before I get into the crotchety old man encounter at Publix, remember, I'm excited about this, folks. Mother's Day isn't Mother's Day without a brand new garage door opener for Mom.
No, it's not.
Folks, who else is doing this? Nobody. That's the answer. No one. You know what's going to be memorable for Mom? If Mom wins a $1,000 top-of-the-line LiftMaster 87504 garage door opener. So we've teamed up with Banco, and this Mother's Day, we're going to give away 5 of them. So all this week, we started yesterday. My email is open for entries. You send us an email why Mom deserves a top-of-the-line garage door opener. Brand new garage door opener for the house. $1,000 deal. Best garage door opener that LiftMaster makes and Banco overhead doors installs. So you send me an email why Mom deserves a garage door opener for Mother's Day. It could be a real story, a fake story. It could be a sad story. It could be a funny story. Husbands, kids, enter for Mom. Hey, Mom, enter yourself. This is so loosey-goosey. I don't care if your story is real, fake. Just the best stories are going to win. So all this week, you send in an email and you tell us why Mom deserves a garage door opener for Mother's Day. So the email is mj@mjmorningshow.com. That's my email address, mj@mjmorningshow.com. Send an email, mj@mjmorningshow.com. Then starting next week, we'll start giving them away next Monday. So all this week up until 11:59 p.m. on Sunday night, from now until Sunday night at 11:59, we'll take entries via email, mj@mjmorningshow.com, and then starting first thing Monday morning, we start giving away the first garage door opener, and we'll do it every single day next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, leading up to Mother's Day on Sunday the 11th. So have at it. It's on the Banco MJ Morning Show Mother's Day LiftMaster garage door opener giveaway. This thing, I'm telling you, it's a $1,000 deal, top of the line. It's got the 360 light ring. It'll light the whole garage up. It's got the video camera. It'll transmit video of who's coming and going to your cell phone. You can open and close this thing via the app on your cell phone. You're driving to work. Oh, my God, did I leave the stove on? No. Oh, I think I left the garage door open. Just check the app. You did? You push the button, you close your garage door while you're in the parking lot at your office. Simple as that. All right, so good luck from the MJ Morning Show. I'm at Publix.
Yes.
This is Sunday. Just doing some shop. What did you want, Michelle? You wanted, there was some BOGO. What's this? I had one this morning. What's the brand?
The Perfect Bar. I don't know what the brand is.
They were BOGO. So Michelle likes it's called the Perfect Bar?
I don't know. Look at the wrapper.
Oh, I threw it away. Hang on.
Is it Perfect Bar protein or the perfect? It's like the white with the little nut on it.
Trying to find the wrapper.
Perfect Bar dark chocolate.
I found it. had to dig through the trash.
Yeah.
I already have all kinds of prep in the trash that we've already used. So it's called, I'm going to hold this thing up to MJTV. It's called Perfect Bar.
Okay.
And it's a refrigerated protein bar.
Ooh.
So this is in the refrigerated section at your local grocer. So Publix had the Perfect Bar on BOGO. Buy one, get one free. And this is the peanut butter chocolate covered mini.
Mm-hmm.
And I had one this morning. So Michelle brought one for me.
Did you like it?
Yeah, it's good. It's actually very good.
Was it perfect?
It's like I'm eating a Reese's peanut butter cup.
Kind of.
Is what it tastes like. I mean, it's like I'm eating candy. But it's supposed to be a good bar. Is that correct?
It says perfect on it.
It says perfect.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I,
If it says perfect, it's got to be perfect,
It
right?
doesn't-
Perfect.
It doesn't say hodgepodge piece of crap on
Right,
it, does it? No, it went with perfect.
it's perfect
So,
for me.
I'm at Publix, right, to
Mhm.
go get Michelle some of these BOGOs on the protein bar, the nutrition bar, and I'm walking I'm in the back of the store, and I'm looking for they're in the refrigerator section. I'm looking for these things, and some guy just pops out of an aisle, and I'm on the back wall area, so I'm walking, left to right. He's walking front to back, and he comes out of his aisle, and we kind of intersect, and he sees me, and this guy at Publix says, "Hey, they ever find Chauncey?" And I know right away.
Yeah.
He didn't say, "Hey, MJ, how you doing, buddy? I listen to you all the time. Hey, MJ, love the show." The guy says, "Hey, they ever find Chauncey?" And I immediately knew what he was talking. He's talking about Chauncey, Milton Fludgecow, the crotchety old man's fat kid Chauncey. And then he starts laughing. He's like, "Hey, let me tell you something. Back in the day," so he said it. Back in the day, we had a friend of ours who was kind of heavy, and we nicknamed him Chauncey.
Oh.
So a friend of theirs, they nicknamed Chauncey because of the Chauncey, the crotchety old man, his kid.
Little fat kid.
Little fat kid. My little son Chauncey's a fat kid. His name is
kid.
Chauncey.
Little fat kid.
So this guy says they named their friend Chauncey. So what was that call? That call was like, what, 1996 maybe? And he says to this day, all these years later, the friend is still nicknamed Chauncey.
That's amazing.
And of course, when he says to me, "Hey, they ever find Chauncey?" He was talking about the classic FedEx overnight Chauncey phone call.
Wasn't that one of the bigger problem calls?
Yeah, this, Festa, what do you recall about this? I'm going to play it, by the way. If you haven't heard the FedEx overnight Chauncey call, what do you recall about this?
I remember you making this call and FedEx doing exactly what you would expect this company to do by stopping everything. Like in the Southeast region, or
it was like the Memphis hub or
the
whatever.
Memphis processing hub. Everything came to a halt.
This caused a big problem because I called FedEx. I mean, back when I was doing these calls, folks, these days when you hear like War of the Roses and if you hear like crank calls, all that stuff is fake these days.
All fake.
It's all fake. War of the Roses, all these little
second date updates.
There you go. All of it's fake. They're using fake actors. They're using phone actors for all those bits these days. Not back when I did these crotchety old man calls. I didn't give a frig about the FCC and disclosure and two-party consent for the recording. I just did the damn
We
things.
didn't care.
All right.
So you made this call and you got a very helpful FedEx customer service representative. And in the time that you're talking to this person, and I don't remember anything about the person right now, but I'll hear the call in a minute. They contacted the FedEx security.
This was a big deal, and FedEx was searching for Chauncey. Here, listen to this. This is what the listener at Publix was referring to. "Hey, you ever find Chauncey?"
Thank you for calling. To schedule a pickup using your account number, press 1. For delivery information on a specific shipment, press 2.
I need my son.
For information about international shipping, press 3.
I lost my kid.
For other information, or to speak with a customer representative, press the star key.
Yes, star.
Terry Law, how can I help you?
Oh, thank God you've answered. Terry, I've got a package emergency on my hands.
Okay, what type of emergency?
I shipped something out, and it hasn't gotten to the destination yet.
Okay, so what was the air bill number?
06348048811.
I'm sorry, sir, I don't show any record of that shipment.
It's not in the system?
No, sir.
Oh, my God, we've got a catastrophe on our hands. Let me explain what's going on.
Okay.
I guess it's time for me to come clean.
Okay, so just calm down and tell me what's wrong.
We couldn't afford to send my fat kid Chauncey on a regular airliner to see Grandma, so I packed him in a box and I shipped him out.
You what?
I packed him up with this tape and shipped him out.
You're trying to tell me you sent out a human in a box?
Yes, Chauncey, my 375-pound bundle of love.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to get my supervisor.
Okay.
Due to unusually high call volume, our representatives are still busy. Thank you for continuing to hold. Hello, this is Connie Morris. Do I understand that you shipped a human being?
Yes, I shipped my fat kid Chauncey in a box.
You shipped your son?
Yes, we couldn't afford an airliner, so I stuffed him in the box. It was a very heavy load.
Where did this package originate from?
Tampa, Florida.
Okay, and...
My name is Milton Fludgecow. F-L-U-D-G-E-C-O-W, Fludgecow.
Okay, and you said this originated in Tampa?
Tampa, it was going to Albuquerque. He was going to visit Grandma.
Okay, going to...
Hey, you gotta find Chauncey.
How could you ship a human being in a box like that? Okay, we're going to have to call the police on this.
No, let's keep the police out of it.
No, I'm going to need your home phone number so we can get in touch with you. But
whoa, wait a sec. I put some chocolate chip cookies.
We need to find where your son is.
I know, but he had
we
some.
have no record.
He had some cookies.
Shipment.
I gave him some water in a squirt bottle. He had a ham sandwich.
We're going to have to get the police's help on this.
Well, I even slapped a fragile sticker on top.
We have no record of this. We need the police. I'm going to need your home phone number.
Do I get a refund since it wasn't there by 10:30? He had his little Nintendo Game Boy in there to keep him company.
I don't care what you did for him. You do not ship a human being in a box.
I'm sorry.
We're going to need to get the police, and we're going to need to get some information from you.
I can't hear you. The connection's getting very staticky.
Okay, we're going to get in touch with the police. I need information from you.
I can't hear you.
I need information from you.
My hearing aid fell out. I can't hear you.
Give me your address and phone number.
I can't.
So we can get the police to help.
Gotta go. Bye-bye.
Please, sir.
Bye.
All right, so that caused the whole ruckus at FedEx back in the mid-'90s when I did that.
Yeah, big problem. Wow.
You hear the Nintendo Game Boy. Now everyone's waiting, in line or doing pre-orders for the Nintendo Switch 2. Oh, what comes around goes around, right? Yeah, that was a big problem. So thanks to the listener that said hello to me in Publix, and first thing he said, hey, they ever find Chauncey? That's exactly what he was referring to. Cash Kitty's on the way in 7 minutes. So the Cash Kitty happens at 8 o'clock, your chance to win $1,000. We'll give you the new code word, and we'll give you the text line. You text it in 8 minutes, 7 minutes, and you could be the next $1,000 winner. So stand by, on the way in just a bit. Let's revisit here quickly the real estate foot fetish freak job that's floating around the Tampa Bay area. We spoke yesterday.
We spoke to Allison Julian.
Nope, Angela.
Angela Julian.
We spoke to
Angela.
We spoke to Angela Julian yesterday, who was actually in the Channel 8 article. And what's going on? I want to revisit this because I want to see if there are any real estate agents listening that are aware of this, or if you're a real estate agent locally and you're unaware of this story. I want to know if this is really circulating in the real estate agent circles around town. Because this is important. There's this freako fetish guy that wants to touch female real estate agents' feet.
I mean, you have to have a plan if your goal is to touch feet.
At showings and at open houses. This is fortified, certified freaky, folks. This is insane. So we have local, let me give you the number. If you're a real estate agent, if you've had an encounter with this guy, if you have been warned about this guy and you're on the lookout, or if you're a real estate agent and this is the first you're hearing about the fetish footy freak guy, call us. Let's grab some calls on this. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. So are you a female real estate agent and you know about this and you're on the lookout? If you had no idea that you need to be on the lookout for the foot freak, I'd love to hear from you. Or if you have anything to add to this. Maybe you're a real estate agent that had some creepy open house situations in the past. You know, Saturday, Sunday, they're jamming that sign out on the corner of the road, open house with the arrow going this way, you know?
They have a little tray of cookies inside, maybe some lemonade for people passing by.
All right, 800-990-1047. That's the number to get in here. 800-990-1047. That's how you get into the MJ Morning Show. 800-990-1047. If you're a real estate agent, you want to comment. So the story is, and we talked to Angela Julian on the show yesterday, and she had a usual, normal open house, but then she was violated. And I actually have audio from her from yesterday. I want to play some of the cuts in just a matter of moments here. But multiple women realtors have been experiencing an encounter with the same guy. And at this point, it's at least 12 women, according to real estate agent Angela Julian. So they say that this goes back as far as last summer, last July. And the last foot-touching situation was just on April 12th. And she said her experience was last summer. She says it still creeps her out. Guy looks around the house, asks questions, asked me to show him the backyard. Then he proceeded to tell me there was an ant on my foot.
These Florida ant hills, they're everywhere.
The old ant on the foot trick. So that is how he was able to touch her feet to try to get the so-called ant off her foot. This creep is going to open house showings, and his distinct purpose is not to see what the master bedroom and the walk-in closet looks like.
I like an open concept split plan.
Yeah, no. He wants to touch female real estate agents' feet.
Does this house have a bonus room? Does it have a reading nook? Ooh, a chef's kitchen. Ooh, fancy.
Yeah. Oh, I love your pedicure.
Ooh.
That's what this guy's really looking for. So here's some Angela. And again, if you're a real estate agent, if you're a female real estate agent, are you aware of this? Are you on the lookout for Foot Freak Man? Did this happen to you? Or if you have any other like weird open house story, and again, I don't know what kind of volume we're going to get on this, but I'll give it a shot. 800-990-1047 gets you in. 800-990-1047. So real estate agent Angela Julian from yesterday.
I was in Pinellas Park.
Okay.
It's happened to somebody in Manatee County. There was a Lakewood Estates. There was a Lutz. There was Wesley Chapel, Tampa. He's supposedly in Clearwater.
And then she describes the guy.
He is Hispanic. He's probably around 5'3", maybe 5'4". I wouldn't say. I mean, just like medium build. Sometimes he wears dark sunglasses. Dark eyes, dark hair. He'll grab, or he'll have either like a notepad or an iPad in his hand. He acts like he's taking notes. When he comes into the house, he's instantly looking up at the ceiling, looking around the roof. And as a realtor, you think, oh, they're just looking around, maybe popcorn ceilings. Are there any roof leaks? But after watching him I believe that he was scanning for cameras. So when I was at the property, I was pretending that a smoke alarm in there had a hidden camera. So I kept like looking up at the smoke alarm to deter him because it was a little uncomfortable.
You know what he's probably doing? Back live now. Those are clips from when we spoke to Angela, the real estate agent, on yesterday's show. It was a little after 9 o'clock yesterday. You know what he's doing? He's probably taking pictures of the feet with the iPad. So I don't think he was taking notes. I think he was taking pictures. Yeah, I think he was taking pictures of the feet. He's got a little collection of real estate agent feet from his mission here.
So he has this iPad at an angle in his hand, just clicking away on those tootsies.
And you assume that he's taking notes. You assume that he's maybe even taking a picture here or there, but he's really taking a picture of their agent's feet.
And I got one more clip from yesterday's interview with Angela, the violated real estate agent.
One of many.
Yeah. Well, at least 12 incidents.
That's a lot.
But listen, if they know of 12, trust me, there are many more. This guy's just going out on the weekends, and he's like touching real estate agents' feet. I mean, what kind of sicko, what kind of degenerate are we talking about here? All right, hold on. I got one more cut. Let me give out the Cash Kitty inflammation right now. The word this hour is judge. The word is judge. That's Judge. The word is judge. Text the word judge nationwide to 45911 right now before 8:25, and you got a shot at $1,000. Or you can enter it on the Q105 app, or you can enter it at myQ105.com. The word is judge, as in, I hope they arrest this foot freako dude, and he has to appear before a judge. Actually, it's Hillsborough, it's Pinellas, it's Pasco. I want this guy to appear before judges in all those counties. Yeah, how many? All right, so good luck on the Cash Kitty, and if you don't win this time, 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock's the next keyword, then 12 noon, then 3 p.m., then 5 p.m. All right, one more cut from Angela, the violated real estate agent with the foot deal.
I mean, I don't know what this guy, if he's using this for like personal gain or if I'm on OnlyFeet somewhere, but I would really like that money. I would hope that he would pass it along. I want to have my money if you're going to be selling my pics.
Yeah. And then I asked her, hey, do you have nice looking feet?
I mean,
I did ask her that, obviously. And she's like, MJ, I'd expect nothing less from you. Been listening forever. Grew up on the MJ Morning Show.
I've seen her realtor profile online, and she looks like she has really good-looking feet.
You think so?
No, she's a very attractive woman.
Maybe she could. Maybe she'll send you a picture, Fester.
She should put that on like her glossy like big business card. You know, like her, like
a headshot and then a foot shot.
Well, you know how realtors all have like that like overly done fake picture on like all their material. Like they never look like that in person,
right?
And then she should like have like her feet on the back.
She has a naturally good looking photo.
She does.
That is not overdone.
She's very attractive.
No.
I imagine her feet are very pretty.
Yeah. Very, very attractive real estate agent and a big fan of the MJ Morning Show. And apparently feet that attract the feet freako. You know what? Just out of curiosity.
Yeah.
So I wonder if this guy, when he searches out these open houses to go to try to touch the real estate agent's foot, do you think he's doing the research and looks at a picture of the agent online and says, oh, no, she's not really an attractive agent. I'm not going to that open house. Do you think that he seeks out
absolutely
specific real estate agents?
He might even be able to see their feet in other pictures, right? Because if they have a Facebook page or a social media account.
I'm so glad you said that because I pulled up Angela's Facebook page, right? The real estate agent we spoke to yesterday.
She's sitting at the dining room table of some house.
But it's a closed-toed shoe.
Yeah, she's wearing some high heels closed-toed, but you know what? He probably can say, you know what? Those look like good-looking feet.
All our pictures are closed-toed.
Yeah.
So that makes it all the more like intriguing, maybe, or like a kind of a mission, right?
I mean, she doesn't
if I go, then maybe I can, either she'll have sandals on, or if I throw an ant on her foot, then I can
don't think
have her
he's-
get the shoe off.
I don't think there's an ant at all. There's no ant. He's
kidding.
not like, winging an ant at her.
He's not bringing a little
At
prescription bottle with
At least
ants.
he knows going in he's not working with cankles or something.
All right.
Exactly.
8:04 at the MJ Morning Show. MJ, Fester, Michelle. Let's pick up on the latest with the Clearwater pontoon boat ferry crash from yesterday. And listen, a lot of people are trying to whip up conspiracy theories here. Michelle, what are some of the conspiracy theories that you've seen on social media? What have you recognized?
Well, the biggest one is that the person that they're saying now, they finally revealed the name of the individual that claims to have been driving the boat on X, is that he may not have been driving the boat.
Yeah, so there were 5 or 6 people. See,
approximately.
Yeah,
it's approximately 5 people on the boat. I'm not sure how we get an approximate when it's like a countable, verifiable number.
This, what was it, a 37-foot boat that ran right up on the rear end of the pontoon boat near the Memorial Causeway Bridge.
That webcam footage
was
amazing.
It's insane. I guess that's a City of Clearwater webcam.
Yeah.
They must use that to see the channel. So I think it's a city camera that caught the actual collision. It's kind of like the webcam or the cam that captured the freighter running into the bridge up in Baltimore.
Yeah.
Same kind of shoreline camera that caught the actual incident. And you see the 37-foot pleasure craft just run right up on the back of the pontoon, and it drove over like the top of it, like 3/4 of the boat drives up and over. We wanted to know, why was the canvas roof all shredded and ripped? Because the boat drove up on it's like a metal bracket and frame with the canvas on top, and it was all shredded that we noted yesterday. And now we know why, because the video of the incident came out after the show yesterday.
Right.
Let me tell you what's going on. As far as the alleged operator of the boat, this Jeff Knight, well-known businessman, owner of numerous establishments. I'm sure I've met him over the years, but I can't specifically recall. So he's been named as the boat owner and the captain, but there were 5 or 6 other people on the boat, and we haven't heard anything.
It seems like you could be able to determine that. Were there 5 or were there 6?
But did those people, once he left the scene, so the lawyer, of course his lawyer is Kevin Hazlett.
Right.
But the lawyer, Hazlett, apparently is saying that he stayed on the scene for 11 minutes and then he left. You don't leave an accident scene. You stay until the Coast Guard or FWC or the Clearwater Police, the Marine Patrol. You wait until authorities show up. So he left the scene.
I can't believe it took authorities 11 minutes to show up.
What?
Well, he said...
Hold on.
He said he stayed at the scene for 11 minutes.
Yeah, I don't think it's out of the... on the water, you expect 11-minute response? I mean, maybe on Belcher and Gulf to Bay, but not.
Well, how close are they?
I mean, in Clearwater, it's the intercoastal.
I get it, but
I think a 10-minute response time is
8:45 on a Sunday night. A lot of the recreational boating is done. I just don't know how many law enforcement watercraft were, immediately right there. So it took some time for the response. We have some of the chaotic boating calls, like the Maydays. So we got that coming up in just a minute. But also, when he left the scene after the 11 minutes, did the 5 or 6 other people on the boat, did they stick around as well? Or because we haven't heard about any of those folks being interviewed, have we?
We have no idea who else is on the boat, which is just like, so first of all, his name was released very late in the process. I mean, I guarantee you, if it was you, MJ Kelly of the MJ Morning Show ran a boat over.
Well, I don't use the. Yeah. I haven't used the Kelly.
Never
thing.
mind that.
Yeah.
The point is, your name would be revealed, divulged.
MJ Todd Schnitt.
But listen,
and this name was not revealed, and we don't even know if it was really revealed because they said they were going to give it away in the news conference yesterday, but they never did. And then it wasn't until a little bit later that the Tampa Bay Times or whatever it is now published it, but no other news organization had it until the Times published it.
So the Tampa Bay Times, they published, what time was it? It was roughly like 5 p.m.
Right.
Late 4 o'clock hour yesterday. The Tampa Bay Times, they published a story on their main page where they listed the boat driver as this Jeff Knight. And I'm watching the news reports on Channel 8, on Channel 13, on Channel 28. I'm watching the news reports, and they didn't have the 5 o'clock news, 6 o'clock news. They weren't using the name yet.
Right.
At least what I saw, they were not using the name. The Tampa Bay Times is the only one that had the name. Let me tell you right now, I had the name at 10:05 a.m. yesterday. It was just after the morning show, and I had two different sources of mine contact me and say, hey, you know who was driving the boat? And then I had the name. I'm like, oh, yeah. And, the connection to Janice and, just the different businesses. So I was told just after 10 a.m. yesterday who was driving the boat. So they have the press conference at 3 p.m. yesterday, and it would be standard for them to give out the boat owner and captain's name at a press conference.
Absolutely.
That's like standard. Why didn't they give out his? They had it, and the FWC guy was saying something to the effect that all the names that we have will be sent out in the news release from the PIO, which is the Public Information Officer, soon. But that's the kind of thing that you would deliver at the press conference.
Right.
That the boat was operated by Jeff Knight, but then all the conspiratorialists are jumping on. Was he driving the boat? Now, apparently, FWC said that he was given a breathalyzer once they tracked him down at the
Bel Air.
At the Bel Air boat ramp, right?
3.5 miles south of the accident scene.
So he left. He's miles away, and they gave him a breathalyzer, and they said that he blew a 0.0. So, but, some people are asking, was he operating the boat or was someone else driving the boat? Also, he was, Michelle, this Jeff Knight, he was involved in a boating incident back in 2012. What happened in that?
A passenger of his, I guess, was exiting the boat on like a ramp.
Yep.
That connects the boat to the dock. I'm not a boater, so I don't really know the language. But I
the
guess
gangway,
it didn't have
the plank.
gangway, yes.
Yeah, whatever.
It didn't have proper railings, and so the dude fell off and drowned. And even though they did jump in after him and pulled him out,
crazy.
And apparently he was drunk, 0.2 something alcohol level.
The guy
and
that fell
also,
over.
Yeah, and also had cocaine in his system.
Yeah, that was the 2012 incident.
Right.
I'm thinking that Jeff just needs to stay away from boats. That's
what
I'm thinking.
Also, he was cited in 2014, I believe, for allowing a person under the age of 14.
2017.
2017. To allow a person under the age of 14. Thank you, Fester. I was getting that confused. To drive the boat without a person watching him,
so
a supervisor.
Under the age of 14, it doesn't tell you what age the driver was.
Right.
So you could have had a 10-year-old. I could have had my son Hudson running the boat, and it would have been under the age of 14. It doesn't really get into the details of what was behind that charge.
I wonder if they were able to ascertain that he was actually operating the boat, or what if somebody that wouldn't have blown a 0.0 was operating the boat. Anyway, the liability here is just enormous. He should not have left the scene until authorities showed up. Here's the Mayday call that went out over the marine radio.
Mayday, mayday, mayday. There's been a boat collision, the Clearwater Ferry. Underneath the Clearwater Memorial Causeway, the Clearwater Ferry is adrift.
That gives you chills when you hear a Mayday call like that. So the Tampa Bay Times yesterday, let me share some of their article. The driver of the boat that hit a Clearwater ferry, killing one person and injuring several others Sunday night, showed no signs of impairment during a sobriety test, but investigators are working to determine whether to charge him with leaving the scene of a crash. Identified as Jeff Knight as the operator of the 37-foot center console boat, Knight, 62, owns Janice Live and also has been involved in local restaurants over the years. The Florida Wildlife Commission said that Knight was cooperative and voluntarily took a breathalyzer test Sunday night, which registered no alcohol in his system. No arrests have been made of the incident. The Captain Matthew Dalla Rosa with the Wildlife Commission said that the commercial boat remained at the scene for a period of time. the boat that Knight was driving was found 3.5 miles away at the Bel Air boat ramp, as we just said. Wow. The crash killed one person. Our thoughts go out to the friends and family of Jose Castro, 41 years old, of Palm Harbor. So he's on the Clearwater ferry. He's on this pontoon ferry Sunday night. You think you're on a slow, relaxing ride, and then suddenly you get rear-ended by a speedboat that flies over 3/4 of the top of this ferry.
And I thought I saw an interview yesterday with a gentleman who his leg was like in a brace.
Yeah.
And he said that he totally disputes the 11 minutes and says, no, the boat reversed and like dragged people with it and then kept going.
Yeah,
off to the dock. What is it? The Bel Air?
Bel Air Marina.
All right, so I have some of this audio here that I wanted to play. This is one of the ferry passengers. This is what? This is from Channel 10. This is, I believe, Stephen Whitehead. Is that his name, Andrew? Stephen Whitehead? Whitehurst? All right, so this is Stephen. Stephen was one of the ferry passengers.
It was like a blink of an eye. Hurt both my legs. Well, don't take life for granted, for one, and really value your family. There was like a lot of broke bones and like mass head injuries, stuff like that. Just more shouting than anything for help. The boat like slammed him to the ground. If it wasn't for him, with that split-second warning, I don't think I'd be sitting here. I would want them to do that for me, If you were able to, I would want you to do that as well. You don't ever take that for granted, not a second.
All right, so that's Stephen Whitehurst. That's from Channel 10. Then here's a passenger. We don't know the name of this passenger. This audio bite is from ABC 28, ABC Action News, our news and weather partner here on Q105.
We were just enjoying the ride, and all of a sudden we hear the first mate yelling, hey, 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 and then we look back behind us, and this big yacht just came through the boat. Things were flying. The captain was pinned under the console he was working at. People were seriously hurt. My wife fell, and I was just looking after, making sure they were okay.
This is Brenda Alvarez, 31 weeks pregnant, who was on the ferry.
We're actually going to go to the hospital right now to get checked because I'm a little worried. I haven't felt the baby move, and it was just very scary. And I fell between like two seats, and my whole body hurts right now.
Have we heard a follow-up on whether the baby is okay in utero? Do we know? Andrew, if there's any update on Brenda Alvarez and her baby, I hope everything's okay. So that was from ABC Action News as well. And then one more soundbite of Stephen Whitehurst. This is from Channel 8. One more from Stephen Whitehurst.
It was like almost like the end of the world on that boat. And I just looked out the corner of my eye and I seen the hull of a boat right cruising over my head. So I dove and my leg got pinned. My son got knocked in front of me. The gash on my knee is it's probably about 6 or 7 inches, and it's like all the way to the bone.
Oh my
I pulled
God.
some muscles too, like getting out of the way, like at a brief second, you gotta move and your body's not ready. But when you see a boat crashing down on your head out of nowhere, you sort of get some adrenaline rush.
So we have to wait for criminal charges if anything is going to be issued to the alleged operator, Jeff Knight. But the civil litigation on this is going to be intense. The lawsuits for the death of Mr. Castro from Palm Harbor, and then all these others that were injured. All right, Andrew has an update on Brenda Alvarez's fetus that she's carrying 31 weeks along. What do you have, Andrew?
ABC Action News is saying, according to her husband, the doctor checked her out, and she and the baby will be okay after an ultrasound.
All right, well, thank God. That's nice to hear.
Good news.
All right, so we're pulling for you, Brenda. Again, to the family members and the friends of Jose Castro, 41 years old. I mean, do you think you're on a boat?
Fun day at Clearwater Beach.
You're on a 8:00 ferry ride, and do you think that Jose Castro, 41 years old of Palm Harbor, thought that was going to be his last day on planet Earth? You're on a nice little cruise on a pontoon boat in calm waters, at the Memorial Cause. I mean, it's unfathomable. Unbelievable. All right, so that's the update. Michelle, is there anything else that I left out?
I don't think so. Sounds like you got everything.
Yeah, the 911 operators that started taking the 911 calls, they said that there were horrific screams in the background of the 911 calls.
Sure, absolutely.
Which those, I haven't heard those being released yet. But that's just awful. There was a mass casualty event. That was the declaration from Clearwater Fire and Rescue.
I don't understand why there hasn't been an arrest. I don't get that. I mean, of course the guy lawyered up, and of course, okay, fine, you're going to do that. Why hasn't he been arrested and charged with something?
Kevin Hazlett, lawyer to the stars, is his lawyer. What do you?
Why isn't there been an arrest? If he's the boat operator, if he says I'm the one that operated the boat, all right, we're taking you in.
Well,
Even if he's out in 4 hours.
Again, you don't leave the scene.
You don't leave the scene.
So if he did render help, you don't leave the scene. You wait until that. To me is suspicious that you leave the scene and you're 3.5 miles away at the Bel Air boat ramp.
Some of the rumors that are out there are that on his boat there was an injury. So he was rendering aid to somebody who was injured on his boat. Also, there may have been a crack in the hull. These are just rumors that I'm hearing.
I saw the boat out of the water on one of the news channels, and the hull of his boat was marred and scratched. I think I saw some insulation material where the fiberglass was broken, but I don't think the seaworthiness of that boat, I don't think was compromised.
So he might have thought, or the people on that boat might have thought, hey, there might be an injury in our party, and we're taking on water. Or
listen, there was like a sandbar there.
Yeah.
You could see some of the rescue folks, they're in almost like ankle or shin deep water.
But this is what Fester is saying is that this is what they're going to say.
Right.
Regardless of whether they really genuinely thought it or felt it, go Fester.
These are just rumors that I'm hearing through my
so you're
sources.
You're playing out the defense right now.
Yeah. There's all kinds of defenses. I mean, this guy was pegged in 2017 for letting somebody below the age of 14 drive. Let's say that person was 12.
Yeah.
And that was 7 years ago?
Yeah.
So now they're 19 or 20?
Yeah.
How do I know that person wasn't on the boat or driving? It's so many questions, and it's because Clearwater Police is not giving all the information that they can right now. And I don't know that they need to this early in the investigation. But it just until they do, rumors are going to swirl.
Exactly.
And they are.
They are.
The rumors are swirling. Absolutely. All right, moving along on this is not an easy segue, so I just got to go poof.
All right, let's go. What do we got?
Hot wifing.
Okay.
This is the segue of the week, folks.
I've never heard that term before.
Either had I. And wait till you hear what hot wifing is. Do you know what hot wifing is? Michelle, if you were to guess, unless you took a peek at my item here.
No.
Hot wifing is a new, very much out of the ordinary sex trend, but couples are saying that this is saving their marriage. Couples are discussing the opening up of their relationships, and the opening up of the relationship is called hot wifing, and it's where a husband watches their wife sleep with other men.
Okay, there's another word for that.
Yes, that would be called cuck. All right, that would be called cuckolding.
All right.
But
if you'd have said, do I know what that means? I would have said absolutely.
All right. So,
okay.
But now,
unfortunately,
hot wifing is the new cuckolding.
Okay.
Oh, so they're just trying to make it sound more pleasant or something?
What is the etymology of that word? Where does cuckold come from?
Oh, wait, there is one.
Of course there is.
Go look it up.
There's etymology.
Go look it up.
There's etymology to every word on its origin, essentially.
People were into that back in the day.
Is that from Old English?
Something like that.
First used
Scottish. I don't know.
First used 1578.
Greece. You know what those Greeks were.
That'd be earlier. That'd be much earlier. But yeah. It's hot wifing. That's the term. That's the name of this. And for whatever reason, they're saying that it is saving their relationship. What, really? It's kind of like letting your friend test drive your car.
Dude, those don't work out. I mean,
Really? Do you know of anything, Fester?
I mean, I saw this video that was online. It was pretty grainy, but I mean, I don't think any of those people talk to each other anymore.
Exactly.
So the quote is, it's kind of like letting your friend test drive your car, said a husband named Logan in an interview with the Daily Mail. He gets to see how well it rides. He's got to give it back, but it creates a sense of pride. You get a little taste of what my life is like. Multiple couples partnered with an adult site called Wifey.
Okay, these are called swingers or
exactly.
cuckolds. I mean, if you're sitting in the corner just watching, that's one word.
So
if you're swapping, that's another word.
So that their wives can then. Anyway.
All right.
Hot wifers, just so you know.
No, it's not a term.
That is the term that's being used. It's called a hot wifer.
No.
Who's using this?
If you're a hot wifer. Well, this is from the Daily Mail article that I saw.
I think somebody just made that up to write. They thought, what kind of article can I write today? And they came across something about cuckolding. They go, you know what? I'm going to rename that, rebrand.
Or they found one person that uses it, prints a story about it.
Yeah.
Here's MJ. It's the new thing.
Yeah.
The married couples that have had a little bit of, some rough patches or whatever, they're saying that the hot wifing has acted as a strengthening in their marriage and their relationship.
Okay, first, let me just say, in our circle of friends, Fester, Allison included, right? Let me tell you 3 words that have never come up in conversation outside of this one. Cuckold, swingers, or hot wifing. We just do not fester.
I mean,
we're going to dinner on Saturday night with Allison, and MJ and I are like, hey,
dude, I ever tell
how about the da-da-da-da?
I ever tell you the time we met?
I don't know.
First of all,
you know what?
I'm scared now.
Any story that starts out with
all right.
from Fester, any story that starts out from Fester with, hey, did I ever tell you the time?
Right.
So
okay.
I am of the belief that it is not easy for adult couples with children to just naturally make new friends. You know, we don't know. You know, I mean, we have our couple friends who I've had for a long time.
I haven't made a new friend in how long, Michelle?
I mean,
25 years.
Exactly.
You're in the rigors of your own life and your own schedule and your own crazy kids and all the crap you got going on, and you just don't meet other new couples regularly.
I'll tell you right now that Michelle and I, we're probably at the biggest lull ever in our socialization. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
we do less with other folks than ever before.
I kind of like it.
And you know what? I like it.
So
years ago, a friend of mine had a big party at his house, and it was a family party, and he invited us over, and we went, and everything was lovely, and we meet another couple, right? And the husband and I hit it off right away.
I'm gonna hot wife my wife later today.
All right.
The two wives got along amicably.
It's great, right?
And that led to, hey, we should get together sometime. And I'm like, yes, we should, right? So we get together. We go out to dinner. We have a lovely time. I'm telling jokes. He's laughing at him. He's telling jokes. I'm laughing at him.
And then the pants come off.
And then
Fester.
we get the bill. We're wrapping it up, and he lived like a mile and a half away.
Stop.
And he's like, hey,
I'm scared.
How'd you guys like to come over for a nightcap? Right? And the words did not leave his mouth before I was like, absolutely, we'd love to.
No.
And then Allison elbows me.
She got it. She knew.
Right in the side.
Oh, yeah.
Right in the ribs. Ugh.
She knew.
And I'll tell you what, that's got to be a good kind of an arm because she's got to get through many layers.
She had a running start. She literally broke a rib with her elbow.
She had a catapult device to be able to elbow Fester's side so he would feel it.
And out of nowhere, she says, I'm sorry we can't. We have an early morning tomorrow.
Yes.
And we get to the car and we leave.
And
I'm like, what the hell was wrong with you? We're a lovely couple. What's the matter? And we have no proof of this. No proof.
Mm-hmm.
But she said, what if they were swingers? And
what if the guy's wife has a manatee fantasy?
That's exactly right. I have never.
Allison was protecting you.
I have never been more flattered in my life.
We want to feed.
Like, oh, really?
We want to feed Fester heads of lettuce at our house.
You think they're swingers and They were going to swing this way? I was blushing.
You know what? I trust her, though. That's one of the things about Allison that I know and love is that she's a very good judge of character.
She was like...
She is on it.
She's like, listen, they were nice couples. I stayed in touch with the husband for... I'm still in touch with them. But
you still are?
Yeah, they aren't swingers.
What if he's listening right now?
They are or not?
He knows.
Did you ever...
He knows.
Hold on. So you had a conversation later that, hey, we didn't go back to your house because my wife thought that maybe you wanted to swing?
So here's the other problem I have with married couples. They like to divorce.
Oh, I know.
We get, that's the other, you can't even make friends with a couple and then they could break up.
The whole divorce thing, that's a whole different conversation. Hey, Michelle, what are some of the, you've gotten recommendations, not results, but you've gotten
referrals?
No. What's the word I'm looking for? You've gotten
advice.
Thank you. You've
a lot
gotten
of R's before we got to A.
You've gotten advice.
Yeah.
All right, so what are some of the top pieces of advice that you've got? Can we mention who?
I mean, she's a good friend.
Yeah. So Kelly Ring.
She's always full of good advice. This is what I love about Kelly.
Kelly Ring, longtime, now retired anchor from Fox 13, good friend of ours, shared multiple pearls of wisdom with Michelle over the years. And what are some of Kelly Ring's top pieces of advice?
One in particular was make sure, Michelle, like as a couple, right, that you surround yourself with other couples who are strong in their relationship.
Yep.
Don't let yourself, be influenced by then couples who start to have, like as Fester's saying, like an issue in their relationship, a divide, and then, because that could
work its way into your relationship where you start asking dumb questions that you don't need to be asking.
Kind of like a paint transfer. It's kind of like a rub-off, you know?
Yeah.
All right.
So, so I always keep that in my mind.
Did I just say rub-off? All right, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
You are married.
I can't remember another one off the top of my head, but there are lots of things.
Who gave you the advice as far as don't hang out with a whole group of divorced women? That was also.
Yeah.
The couples was number one.
Yeah.
And number two, tell us about
don't hang out with divorced women because you'll be one next.
And because that has also been known to rub off as well.
Yeah.
So that's always stuck with me. And Michelle, I don't think you've made a habit of hanging out with a bunch of divorced women.
No. When you look at who our like core group of friends are, right?
Yeah.
Many of them I think their relationships are equally strong. Right? So
or they're both wickedly stubborn.
That too. Yes. I mean, you want me to tell you? Okay, I will tell you a little funny story about one of the couples that we do like to hang out with. I had to go to a very unfortunate event last Thursday, but just to demonstrate how strong their relationship is, we were leaving the facility that this.
It was a celebration of life. We mentioned that.
It was a
memorial
service.
It was a memorial service that Michelle went to in Clearwater last Thursday.
Well, you say an unfortunate experience. I thought you had to go like the DMV or something.
That too.
But no, it was
so this couple was walking in front of me, and literally as we're exiting the church, he grabs her ass.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Like just...
Oh, a grab ass at a memorial service?
Yeah. He's grabbing her ass. He couldn't wait to get her in that car.
Guess who I know.
You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But that's why I love them, because they have no shame in showing that kind of affection for each other, and they love it, and they are like into each other, and that's the kind of couple you want to be around, right?
Yeah.
You want to have that because then you're like, you know what? It's okay for us to be like that too.
And that's the FF we know.
Yes, it is.
That's all I'm gonna say. Great couple, great family, great.
Love them.
You talking about old Freddy Fingers?
No. FF. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. Right. Back to your thing about this hot wifing, though.
Yeah.
I mean, they're trying to put a normalizing term on.
Yeah, exactly.
Outlier activity.
Fester, that is exactly it. They're trying to normalize it by making it like this nice kind of term, like, hey, you have a hot wife, and now, or you're going to get a hot wife or something.
I'm a hot wifer. All a hot wifer means is that you have a comfortable chair in the corner of your bedroom. That's all that means.
Is it a beanbag chair?
Could be.
Next on the MJ Morning Show, and we'll give you details on the Mother's Day garage door opener contest. Man, you know what Mom wants for Mother's Day? Top of the line, $1,000 state-of-the-art garage door opener. I'll give you details on how to win one of 5 of them next week from Banco Overhead Doors. Best around for your garage doors and the MJ Morning Show. First, though, I had a weird situation happen to me yesterday, and I'd love to get some advice. If we have any techies or any phone experts, any cell phone folks that are in the know. So I wanted to play a little prank call on my buddy Lorenzo. Lorenzo is the general manager and the managing partner over at Veterans Ford. Veterans Ford, longtime great sponsor here on the MJ Morning Show. People love dealing with Veterans Ford. So there was it's irrelevant what I was calling him up to do a voice and to prank him on something. So I didn't want to call his cell phone. I called the main number over at Veterans Ford. And I star 67. You know how if I want to, let's say I'm going to call Michelle's phone right now and you get the little, don't you get a little noise? If you're using a landline, you hear the noise. On a cell phone, you don't hear a noise. Mm-hmm. But like on a landline, star 67. Yeah. So yeah. And then you that's the regular landline where you have a dial tone and everything. But on a cell phone, I don't think I've ever had an issue where star 67 failed. Now, on an 800 number, if you're dialing, 800-528-1234, Best Western, if you try to hit star 67 on an 800 number, I don't believe that works. But I was dialing the regular 813 number for the car dealership to prank Lorenzo. I hit star 67 and it came through.
What are you, 5?
But it's supposed to block it. So
maybe some businesses can.
It came through. It was odd.
So then he knew it was you, and you were like breathing heavy, or you were. No. What did you ask him if he has Prince Albert in a can?
Well, no, the whole thing.
Did you ask him if his refrigerator was running?
Stop it.
You guys have 12-pound balls.
But he knew it was me. The point I'm making. Now,
hey, MJ.
They have a
don't prank me.
They have a VoIP. They have the voice over IP phone system, very common these days. But does anyone know why star 67, the block, the anonymous, why it doesn't work sometimes? What is the cause? Is there a catalyst? Why does star 6? You think you're blocking your number, and in some cases, it's coming right through. Does anybody know the answer to that? I just thought that was weird.
Oh, I just Googled it.
All right. Let me take some calls, too. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. And I just think this is a warning. This is a public service that if you think you're star 67ing, there are some conditions where it doesn't work and your number is going right through. It's like a false sense of security. So if anyone has any comments on this, any knowledge of this, love to hear from you. I know this is very specific as far as asking for someone that knows, but it's very general in warning people that, hey, your star 67 might not work. All right, 800. All right, who's calling? Someone's calling. Fester, is that you?
No, it's not me.
Someone just lit up my phone. It said restricted.
I wish I thought of it.
Yeah.
No.
So my phone just rang and it says restricted. And with no number. So whoever just called me, who's listening.
Yeah, thanks for nothing, smart
ass. whoever the smart aleck is that just called my cell phone.
Guess what, buddy?
It did come up as restricted.
It's Lorenzo.
And I don't.
He's like, I'll show this SOB. And wants to bother me while I'm at work.
And I don't answer restricteds. I don't.
You don't?
All right. So if anyone knows, or let's say, did you star 67 and you thought you were going to be protected and it didn't protect you? 800-990-1047. Here's another one. So everyone I know that's listening is calling me now restricted. Should I pick it up and see who it now? They're just calling and hanging up. All right. If you know, 800-990-1047. What do you think you found, Michelle?
Well, this is kind of funny because it says reasons why the star 67 may not work. If the recipient has blocked your number, star 67 will override this block.
Really?
So if Lorenzo blocked you, he's going to see that it's you calling.
No, but I called the main number at the car dealership.
I'm just telling you what it says, buddy. I can't.
Ford Motor Company blocked MJ.
Exactly. Lorenzo already knows you're going to prank call him. He's like, done with this.
Let me grab Leslie in Tampa. Leslie, hi, you're on the MJ Morning Show.
Hi, good morning. So back in like 2012, 13, there was a program that you could buy, and you would route your phone calls that were outgoing. It basically would unblock blocked calls for you. When you received a call,
Right.
it would unblock them, so you would always see the unblocked number.
Interesting. And I wonder if that app still exists.
I'm not sure if it does or not. It's been a long time since
Yeah, that's the early days of apps, you know?
Right. It was like a call routing system, but it was just a method that prevented blocked calls from happening. So that's what I know about it.
All right. Hey, Leslie, thanks for the call. Hey, Michelle, where's your cell phone?
Hey, can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Can you go ahead and do the prank call that you were going to do?
Yeah, so I'll be Lorenzo.
No, let's actually prank Lorenzo. Go ahead.
Call him.
Prank him
No,
up.
it's
Star 67 him, and let's see.
I can't do that.
Come on. Come on.
The content's not appropriate.
We're going to ask him
All
about
right.
his tailpipe?
So hang on. Do you have your cell phone?
Yes, I do.
All right, I'm calling your cell phone from our studio lines. Tell me what comes up.
Restricted.
All right, so it is coming up restricted as I call. Answer the phone.
Hello.
Hello.
All right, there we go. All right. All right, so it did come up as restricted. All right, how would you like to make an impression on Mom? With Mother's Day coming up Sunday, May 11th, all right, chocolates, candy, flowers. All right, let me tell you right now.
So played out.
That's forgotten 27 minutes after you give it to him. All right, you want to really make Mom happy? Get Mom a new garage door opener for Mother's Day. You listen, when I think of Mother's Day, I think of garage door openers. And, with Banco overhead doors, they came to me and said, hey, you want to do a Mother's Day giveaway? How about top of the line, the best garage door opener that LiftMaster makes? It's the 87504. Let me tell you right now, don't mess with the 87504. This is the best. 360 light ring. It's got the video camera. It shows you who's coming and going. It's connected to the app so you can see if your garage door is open or closed. If you get to work and you left your garage door open, you just take a look at your app. It'll tell you how many minutes it's been open. You can look at the picture and then just hit the close button on your phone. Close your garage door. Open it from anywhere. It's great. So this is what Mom wants for Mother's Day. How do you win one of 5 of these things? These are $1,000 a piece installed by Banco. Top of the best out there. They installed these at my house. I love them. I don't know how I live without this garage door, but it's fantastic. So how do you win? You send me an email. So fathers, sons, daughters. Hey, Mom yourself. If you want to enter to win your own garage door opener, have at it. All you have to do is send me a story. Send an email to mj@mjmorningshow.com and just tell me why Mom deserves a garage door opener for Mother's Day. Best stories win. It could be a real story, a fake story. I don't care. It could be a happy story, a funny story, hysterical story, a sad story, whatever. Just come up with a story. Make your story entertaining in some fashion, and the best stories win. We'll take entries. My email is open for the contest now through 11:59 p.m. on Sunday. So late night Sunday, that's the cutoff. And then we start giving away the garage door openers on Monday morning. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I'm going to select an email, best story on why Mom deserves a garage door opener, $1,000 prize from Banco Overhead Doors and LiftMaster. We'll start giving these away on Monday morning. So again, Mom, if you want to enter yourself, to have at it. This is loosey-goosey, man. I'm just looking for great stories, whether it's real, fake, whatever. Best stories start winning garage door openers on Monday morning and then all next week because Mom, deep down, wants a state-of-the-art garage door opener for Mother's Day. And, she's going to be opening the thing every day, multiple times a day. I mean, Mom's going to think about, the lovely gift you got her forever. Chocolates, the memory's gone in half an hour. Garage door opener, decades. All right?
Decades.
So good luck from the MJ Morning Show. Again, my email to enter is mj@mjmorningshow.com. Lightning. Here's another restricted call. Okay, smart. All these folks are calling me restricted. I've had like 27 calls now. All right. So Lightning last night, man, they dumped. Lightning blew it. I mean, they just collapsed. They fell apart in the last, 5.5 minutes? What the hell? So the Lightning could have had this series all tied up, coming back to Tampa Bay for tomorrow night's 7:30 game. And nope, the Panthers, they pulled it out. They scored, 3 goals in the last 5 minutes and 2 goals in the last, 11 seconds or something?
No, they scored 2 goals in 11 seconds, and then it was 3 goals in the last 5 minutes.
All right, whatever.
You said it reversed.
All right,
Whatever.
All right. Whatevs. They lost.
They did.
And now the Lightning, they have to win every game.
Yeah.
Because it's best of 7. And with the Panthers, they're up 3-1 on the Lightning. And the Panthers just need one more win, and boom, they're moving on to the next round, round 2 of the, 49 rounds in the playoffs?
Actually, you shaved a couple rounds off. It's only 47.
47 rounds now?
Yeah.
It's a long process, man.
So when's the next game? Next game's what, tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night, 7:30 at the Ice Palace.
Can I expect more post-game commentary from Phyllis Exposito over here?
At Amalie Arena. Did you say Exposito?
I didn't, but
it sounded like it. All right, so go Lightning, go Bolts.
We've got Gorbachev and Putin over there playing. It's a bunch of Russians on the ice. I have no idea what their names are.
But what a collapse! The goalie's name is Vasilevsky.
That's the only one I know.
Yeah, Vasilevsky.
Yeah,
is the Lightning's goalie's name.
I just love how that one guy, from the other team with the red suits on.
You mean the
Panthers?
The Panthers red uniform?
Those folks.
Yeah.
When he got he got a little hit with a stick.
Hey, can I ask you a
and then
question?
he's like sticking his hand up in there, and he is scratching and scratching. He's looking for some blood.
He's trying to make blood.
I got some blood. And even the announcer was like, he was reaching really hard and trying to come up with some blood. And I'm like, why didn't he just file his nail into a point and go?
Yeah, they need like a little pointy coke nail or something to scratch themselves.
Why don't they have some ketchup in their gloves?
Listen, or one of those like exploding little, just have the capsule in your mouth that you bite down on to make the blood come out, like a theatrical capsule.
But not the other team, just our team.
All right, so here's the deal.
Yeah.
There's an enhanced penalty if there's blood.
Yeah. So we had it. I guess we got it.
There will be blood.
Yeah.
Is that a movie?
Yes.
I think so.
Yeah.
So, our guy got it, right? He got clipped right up there by the brow bone. And so the dude was on the sideline, fixing him up and putting some little stuff up there. And so then the next guy, like I said, he got a little stick up in his, the face shield or something. And then he is trying and trying. He just knew for sure there was some blood up there. He kept sticking his hand up in there and pulling it out.
No blood.
No blood.
No blood.
I mean, I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was a good movie. There Will Be Blood. That was Daniel Day-Lewis? Oh, from 2007.
Yeah, it's a long time ago.
That was a great movie. Oh, that's based on. That's the oil movie, folks. That was great. I watched that. I watched that with Julian again.
Oh.
Last July or last June when we went to. Where was that? Or was it?
That'd be Chloe.
One of them.
Anyway, who cares?
Anyway,
you mix them up all the time anyway.
Yeah, but that
Chloe comes in our house and you're like, "Hi, Julian."
Yeah, they're all DNA from us. All right, so
they essentially have the same hair.
Exactly.
Hey, listen to this.
What?
A doctor reveals why everyone should be sleeping naked.
I've been saying that forever.
Yeah. Doctor reveals the reason why everyone should be sleeping naked and the surprising health benefits that it has. Listen to this. A top doctor, Dr. Rosen. It's actually Dr. Rosen. little Fletch reference there. Dr. Poon. Dr. Rosen. Oh, yes, Dr. Rosen. So Dr. David Rosen, who's a sleep medicine physician, talks about the benefits of sleeping naked. So sleeping naked could give you a better night's sleep, reduce the risk of genital infections, boost male fertility, lead to a stronger connection with your partner. A cooler body temperature is needed at night to help achieve adequate balance of naturally produced hormones that promote sleep, such as melatonin. If skin temperature is too high, which usually happens in a room above 21 degrees Celsius, which is, what's 21 Celsius? Is that like 77? Look
I
up.
hate the metric
Yeah,
system.
just this is a Daily Mail piece. So go ahead and hit 21 Celsius. What is it, 77?
70.
70.
70 degrees.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
No.
Jamming that thing on down.
He says if skin temperature is too high, which usually happens in rooms above 21 degrees, so above 60 or 79 or 70 degrees rather, you like sleeping at 73 to 74.
No, that's still hot for me. My friend told me she puts hers down to 69.
Oof. Yeah, I bet she does.
I bet she does.
So,
you got a picture of that, friend?
No, but I noticed you did jam it down to 72 the other night.
They're not into hot wifing.
Yeah. So you know
Yeah,
what?
it's going lower every day.
We stop.
Me neither.
Yeah,
I'm
and
just
guess what? Our Tico bill is going up every day. Yeah, don't think I don't notice that. Yeah, we got a whole debate on, whether, like, when we leave the house, whether I should.
Kenny said it's fine.
Who?
Kenny.
Yeah, all right. Kenny from Plan B.
It self-regulates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so sleeping in the nude. Did you notice when I came to bed last night? You were already fast asleep.
Yeah.
I mean, you were out.
I was
but
tired.
I did sleep in the nude last night.
Well, so did I.
You did?
Too bad we were both sleeping and we didn't notice it, right?
Yeah, well, you were.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you, buddy.
I came up, and for me, it was early. I came up to bed at 11:25, 11:30, and that's early. Me getting into bed at 11:30 and then sleeping till like 4:30, man, 5 hours sleep, man, that is like a gift. If I can get 5 hours of sleep on a work night or a school night, as I like to put it. I'm going to warn you on this. I don't know what the hell this is about, but this is crazy. Folks, warning, medical warning. There is a doctor by the name of Dr. Haney Demian. Dr. Haney, H-A-N-Y, last name Demian. It's D-E-M-I-A-N.
Okay.
He says there's a surefire way to get rid of hiccups. If everything else has failed in trying to alleviate problem hiccups, they should have tried this with the hiccup girl.
Dude, don't talk about her.
Jennifer Mee, who, she first appeared on the MJ Morning Show.
Oh,
remember, she was the first media appearance that she ever made. Even the Today Show from NBC, they came into our radio studio back on Gandy to video the hiccup girl. Yeah. Remember all the local channels were in and the Today Show? And
there's a whole other side I remember a lot more.
Yeah, and Jennifer Mee was involved in the killing of she's serving life. Is she a lifer? In 2013, Jennifer Mee was found guilty of felony murder, sentenced to life in prison without parole. Yeah, the hiccup girl, locally, who couldn't stop hiccuping.
Does she still have the hiccups?
That's a good question.
Nope.
Is she hiccuping on her cell block? Well, anyway, here's the deal.
Nobody knows.
Let me tell you. Hey, I'm up against the clock,
That's
dude.
a good joke, though. Come on, man. We don't get many jail hiccup jokes.
I'm laughing.
Do you know what Dr. Haney is? Dr. Haney Demian. Demian. Do you know what the doctor says is the cure for hiccups?
Stick your finger up your butt.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Oh my God. I'm sitting here thinking, I'm not going to say this out loud.
Guys.
I'm not going to say put something into a keister.
Guys.
Is that it?
That's the answer.
Oh.
No, I made that up.
I swear that is the
You're
answer.
lying.
I swear.
Okay, well, I'm not doing that. Thank goodness I don't get hiccups.
Listen to this.
And if you notice, I never have the hiccups.
That is the cure.
That's fake. That's fake. I'm doing that deliberately.
There are old like tales of close your eyelids and put pressure on your eyeballs. Yeah. There's another, swallow the teaspoon of sugar. No.
No, I always heard blow in a bag.
All right. Dr. Haney Demian says a digital rectal massage, or as Michelle says, finger up the butt. That cures massages.
I gotta know. It cures hiccups.
I'm sorry. What did I say?
Use a massage.
That cures hiccups.
You're so flustered over there. We're talking about sticking a finger up the butt. And you can't even get your words right.
You're right. I'm flustered,
dude.
I
can't wait for you to have the hiccups next time.
You're joking, Michelle. You're joking about it. That's the right answer.
I was
because it's you want to stimulate the vagus nerve. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. How do you pronounce? Go to the Talking Dictionary. It's I know I've seen this written. Is it the vagus or the Vegas? It's Vagus. I think it's Vegas. Yeah. So what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Actually, not that Vegas because what happens? What goes?
So the method involves stimulating the vagus nerve, the communication superhighway between your brain and major organs, and that short circuits the hiccup reflex. All right, do you have it? The vagus nerve. All right, go ahead and hit hit that.
Vagus nerve.
Hit it. Go ahead.
Vagus nerve.
Yeah, it is Vegas.
Vagus nerve.
Yeah. Where do you want to stay when we go to Vegas?
Vagus nerve.
I know in Denver we stay at Brown's Palace. Get it?
Oh, we got it.
Get it?
Why don't you explain it to us, MJ?
Viva Las
Vegas nerve. Viva Las Vegas nerve. All right, I got to take a break. No, but seriously, that's how you cure hiccups, according to Dr. Haney Demian.
That's so obvious. Michelle guessed it first. She was trying to think of the most ridiculous thing ever, and she got it.
She got it right. 8:54 at the MJ Morning Show. We start the 9 o'clock hour next. So we're done with over an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ, and we're not even remotely done. You're not going to believe this creepy note. You must hear this story. This couple buys a house, and they find the creepiest note in the house. This is out in Oregon. I'm sorry, Washington State. Washington State, Pacific Northwest, couple buys a house, they find the creepiest note. Next on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105, 104.7 FM. 2. Rolling up on 9:03 at the MJ Morning Show. That means, what, 57 minutes away from the next Cash Kitty. Another $1,000 on the line in less than an hour at 10 o'clock. So every day, 8 a.m., 10 a.m., 12 noon, 3 p.m., and 5 p.m., just listen for the keyword. You take 3 seconds, folks, and you text the keyword to the text number that we give you, and you're in the running for $1,000 with our big corporate national contest. And we have a ton of winners from the Tampa Bay area and right here on Q105 and our other stations. So it takes you 3 seconds, no skin off your teeth. Listen for the word. 8 a.m., 10 a.m. coming up, then 12 noon and 3 and 5 p.m., and you could be the next Cash Kinney winner. All right, there's a Mariah Carey book coming out, a new book from one of Mariah Carey's ex-assistants. It's not kind. Oh, boy. Dirt on the way in just a bit. Hang on. First, though, what, Michelle?
Well, the book is not about her.
What's the book about? You're right. Mariah Carey's ex-assistant is writing a book about something that's not Mariah Carey.
Right, Michelle, this is an ex-Mariah Carey assistant.
Right.
And that was just a tease, by the way.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're going to get
I
to
just gave you a look. You asked me what.
Right. So what are you giving me a look for?
Well, let's get into it now. What's the book?
Yeah.
No, I want to do the house thing first. This is a teaser.
Then don't get distracted by me.
All right. So this person got a, I guess, their fill of Mariah Carey, working for Mariah Carey for.
So we are talking about Mariah Carey.
Well,
book now?
this is still the teaser. It's coming up next. First, though, this is creepy.
Yeah, I do want to hear about this.
Couple buys a house. This is up in the Pacific Northwest. It's up in Washington State. This couple buys a house and then finds the creepiest freaking note. What would you do? They buy this home. This sounds like some kind of crazy, story from some kind of, a horror movie or something, right? The woman's name is Anita Rainier.
Oh, come on.
Well, you also have Mount Rainier up there.
But you buy a house in Washington and you're named after the most famous mountain.
All right, so.
Please.
And you have a weird note.
Their name is Rainier. It's Anita Rainier. They move into a brand new home. This is a couple of months ago. And it's right outside of Washington's, it's outside of Seattle. I don't have the exact little town, but they moved into a new house just outside of Seattle up in Washington State.
Is it in Walla Walla?
No.
That's my favorite city in Washington.
Walla Walla is not just outside of Seattle.
I just like saying Walla Walla,
Yeah,
Washington.
Walla Walla. Walla Walla, Washington. So they move into this new house, and one night they're in their kitchen, and they're talking about house renovations. I'll tell you what, they ought to call CMK Construction. I'm sure. I wonder if they have
the Seattle division.
The Seattle division. They're based here in Tampa Bay.
We're sending up a truck.
So they're talking about house renovations, and she finds a handwritten note in one of the cabinets. So Anita says, my husband and I were just chatting in the kitchen, decided how we should set up one particular cabinet, and she said she got down at an angle and suddenly said, what the bleep is that? She finds a note. She said it was folded up, very well hidden piece of paper, and it was tucked tightly into the top of the cabinet. She said it was totally out of sight unless you got all the way down and if you were looking up. So you had to be at a certain angle to find this note that was folded up and stuck inside this cabinet. She unfolds the note. The note on one side said, "Don't look under the floor." Yeah, don't look under the floor. This has the makings of like mystery theater. Welcome, come in. You buy a house. You're discussing potential renovations. And then you find a note inside a cabinet in the kitchen that reads, "Don't look under the floor." Okay. That's one side. Wait a minute. Yes, Michelle, go ahead.
This is just The Telltale Heart by Edgar Allan Poe. I mean, honestly.
Be still my beating heart?
Something like that.
Don't look under the floor. That was on one side. The other side was a series of what appeared to be random numbers. The other side had the numbers 290653004893892. Sounds like some kind of shortwave code station or something. I don't. You know what I'm talking about?
I just like listening to you splurt out numbers.
29063. Hang on. 2906553.
It's almost like Rain Man.
What does this mean? 290-653-0004-89382. What the hell does that mean?
8675309.
I mean, could it be a couple of phone numbers from like the
I mean, really.
50s?
Yeah.
How old is the house?
Doesn't say. But don't look under the floor?
Hoax.
So
did the previous owner let's say the previous owner had the house for 10 years.
Yeah.
You know.
They found it funny. I think most people are like, oh my God, let's get out of here. It's like, the get out. Yeah. So they thought it was funny, but they're trying to figure out what this hidden mystery is.
I don't look under the floor.
Well, first of all, I'm digging up the whole damn house.
See, that's the difference between us.
I'm getting, you know what? I'm renting one of those jackhammers at Home Depot. I'm going to rip up the whole slab on the damn thing. It's probably, Jimmy Hoffa's probably buried underneath.
No, you know what you're going to find?
What?
A little note that says, "Made you look."
Seriously.
That's funny.
I mean, what the heck?
Can't they use some of those like little sonar devices to see what's in between?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they started searching that number string online. So they went to Google and they typed in the 290-653-0004-89382. They typed that into and didn't come up with any search results.
ChatGPT AI couldn't solve this for them?
They were expecting the number to be related to something, but then they're like trying to figure things out. We divided it by our unit number, zip code, year the building was built. No luck. They were trying to see if they can get a phone number or something. Nothing. So then they posted on Reddit to try to see if the Reddit community could offer any guidance or any help in trying to solve the mystery.
Yeah. What brilliance did they come up with?
A few people said that the code on the back was a library card number. But they're wondering, imagine if we tore up the floorboards. Yeah. So that made you look is pretty funny. 14 digits. Could it be coordinates? Safety deposit box?
I'll tell you, it's 2 phone numbers because phone numbers before area codes are 7 digits.
Is it 14 digits total? Did you count them?
That's what you said.
Did I say that? Did I?
You just said 14 digits.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It is. It's 14 digits.
Oh, it is. Okay.
So 2 different phone numbers.
I don't even know what the hell I'm saying.
I'm pretty surprised.
You know what? That's okay because neither do we sometimes.
All right. So that's a crazy, crazy story. All right. 9/11 at the MJ Morning Show. So, Michelle, what did you saw the Mariah Carey story. What did you gather from this?
Oh, looks like it's going to be a good read.
Yeah.
So you said it has nothing to do with Mariah?
No,
though?
I didn't say. I said
No,
I didn't. It's not about Mariah
Well, what do
because
I
it's
care?
written as a fiction.
But it is about. Listen, you just gotta read through the lines. The person wrote the
That's
book.
called
and
read between the lines.
Yeah, clearly, this former personal assistant for Mariah Carey is fictionalizing their account. But obviously, all of the stories and encounters and incidents and experiences are drawn from his time with Mariah Carey.
The Queen of Christmas?
All I want for Christmas. So it's Matthew Stevens and worked for Mariah Carey for a year and then claims spent 7 years recuperating from that nightmare.
Oh, shut up.
And
See? Already.
Wrote a book of fiction, but worked for Mariah for a year, needed 7 years of rehab to fix his mental condition from the Mariah nightmare. The Mariah Night Terrors, apparently, and then wrote a book of fiction based on, obviously, his experiences. Yeah, he was one of the assistants who were part of Mariah's staff. Do you know how many staff members Mariah had? Take a guess. To be Mariah Carey, how many staff members do you think Mariah had?
17.
That's over.
Oh,
Well, is it like 8?
That's over.
Does she have a staff of like 10 people?
She had a total of total staff was over a dozen.
What do they do all?
She had 3 personal assistants. So 3 that worked directly with her as a personal assistant. Then all told over a dozen, including bodyguards, nannies, a chef, a hairstylist.
Okay, so that makes sense.
Makeup artist.
Yeah, I'm not surprised by that.
But a whole cadre, a whole staff.
All right, so if you're that person, you have a chef. Okay, that's one person. She probably has, 4 bodyguards?
Yeah. You know what? Why can't the bodyguard also be the chef? Because if you're home, you don't really need the bodyguard. If you're at home, you just have the bodyguard start cooking.
Listen, I'm not looking for a jack of all trades. I want a specialist in each profession.
Exactly.
I'm joking. All right. So one thing he says he learned is that no one wants to stop getting that paycheck, but not all that glitters is gold. And I think that whole glitter line is like a play on that. Didn't she do that awful movie like 20 years ago, Glitter?
Yeah, 2001.
Wasn't that one of the worst reviews ever for a movie?
Ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it has like a 2 point something on IMDb.
2.4 on IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes is 6%.
I mean, 6%.
I don't think I've ever seen something that low on Rotten Tomatoes.
I don't think so either.
She looks good in that poster, though.
Hey,
She did, didn't she? She's so pretty.
I think she's a beautiful woman.
I've always liked her.
Me too.
I mean,
I've always thought of her as like a super diva status.
Right.
Like when she first came out and she was like, with Tommy Mottola and she slips him the cassette while she's like, busting his table.
Yeah.
She was one way. And then she turned into like the definition of super crazy diva, which I'm all for that too.
So this former personal assistant's book
Which is not about her, by the way.
It centers on a diva by the name of Alexis. So apparently Alexis equals Mariah, or Mariah equals Alexis. And in the book, Alexis was in, here's a little excerpt. Alexis, Mariah, was in full-blown psychosis. I'm the star.
Alexis is right.
She'd say, I'm the star. Her body here, but her eyes staring at some distant horizon only one could see. I am the star. And that's an excerpt. In one part of the book, the diva shows her assistant around the $150,000 a month mansion that she rents in Beverly Hills. The tour ended with her shutting me in her bedroom as she undressed, insisting I get underneath the sheets with her. I'm gay, Alexis, he said. I don't care, she replied. So he is clearly writing that Mariah at one point had him, the gay personal male assistant, in the room while she was disrobing, and apparently was trying to bed the guy and said, get under the sheets with me.
Oh my God.
And he has to say, I'm gay.
Maybe she just wanted to snuggle.
Yeah, why couldn't my Indeed profile link me with that job?
You want to be her assistant?
Sounds fantastic. All right, Mariah, let's go.
That's just a little...
Right, so here we go.
Yeah.
Is that his complaint?
Yeah, okay.
And so now he's mad because he's gay and she was trying to make him get in bed with her?
So a jilted gay assistant that worked for her for 11 months and needed 7 years of therapy is writing a book? How does he even have that much experience to write a book?
Yeah, it sounds a little weird.
I don't know.
I'm going to stick up for her.
We didn't get to this yesterday. I had this lined up ready to go, but listen, we can't get to everything, so better late than never. It's the whole Bill Belichick interview that he did with CBS, with CBS Sunday Morning.
I guess he has a new book coming out.
Yeah. So he does an interview with CBS, and the girlfriend, the 24-year-old girlfriend, Jennifer Hudson. Jordan Hudson.
He can't handle Jennifer Hudson.
Yeah. The 24-year-old girlfriend, Jordan Hudson.
Jennifer Hudson would break the old man.
Is at the interview, and apparently she's shutting things down. And folks are like saying, Bill, are you okay? Bill, if you're okay, blink once. You know, that's some of the jokes that are going around, that this Jordan Hudson, this 24-year-old girlfriend of Belichick, who's what, like 73, I believe. And people are saying that she's like apparently like totally in control. Listen, I don't know if it's as bad as like the movie Misery, you know. But
I haven't seen Coach walk around with broken ankles or anything,
hobbling.
But she has
some kind of control, or she has some kind of a, like, her hands like a puppeteer or something.
He takes her say very, very seriously.
Oh, apparently so. I don't know if it's just being called whipped. 73-year-old guy and a hot 24-year-old girlfriend.
Well, supposedly, do you want to know how they supposedly met?
How?
On an airplane.
Yeah, supposed to be on an airplane.
Yeah,
and she has a picture to prove that they just met on the airplane.
She was allegedly sitting next to him on a flight.
Yeah.
And they got to talking, and the next thing you know, yeah. Yeah, so here's some audio. Yeah, that's anyway, you want to hear some audio here?
No.
So this is Jordan Hudson, and she interrupts that, how do you say the guy from CBS? It's Tony Dokoupil? Is that how you say his name?
I don't even know.
Anyway, listen to this.
Everybody in the world seems to be following this relationship. They've got an opinion about your private life. It's got nothing to do with them, but they're invested in it. How do you deal with that?
Never been too worried about what everybody else thinks. Just try to do what I feel like is best for me and what's right.
How did you guys meet?
Not talking about this.
No?
No.
It's a topic neither one of them is comfortable commenting on.
Why? It's been published before, and I thought she admitted.
We met on a plane.
They met on an airplane. They were sitting next to each other on a flight, and that's the story that's been going around forever. So I think she's even been quoted as how they met. Why would she suddenly try to shut down CBS Sunday Morning's interview? with Tony unpronounceable last name.
And she's way off to the side. She's behind the scenes.
Yeah, I mean, you heard her off camera. We're not talking about this.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Michelle. Off mic.
Okay.
We're not talking about this.
Right.
Go to the corner and yell that, would you please?
Yeah, right.
So people are saying, Bill, you okay? Bill, are you being held hostage? Bill Belichick. I mean, very forceful head coach and, a strong personality. And it appears that he is like totally shackled by this 24-year-old vixen.
I mean, what player could respect him now if he's going to get shut down by her?
Exactly.
He seems kind of,
I mean, she's sacking him.
Wimpity whipped.
In more than one way, apparently.
Yeah.
But he's getting sacked.
He's going to let himself get sacked.
Mm-hmm.
But why would she say we're not talking? How did you meet? So that's a fair question, Tony. How'd you guys meet? Oh, we're not talking about this off mic from the 24-year-old girlfriend telling the 73-year-old, 7-time Super Bowl. How many Super Bowl rings does he have?
100, 150.
Is it like I think it's like what, 7?
He has 6. I think he has 6.
6, whatever the hell it is. Anyway, just weird. And people are saying, hey, is Bill okay? Does she have control of his bank accounts? Is she? What's up with the money? What's going on here? Yeah, it just sounds like she is embedded. Sounds like she is intertwined, and she's all up and through it.
She's calling the shots, man.
That's
she is.
There you go, calling the shots on Bill Belichick.
She's wearing the pants.
So here's a book that Belichick signed for Jordan.
Yep.
February 11th, 2021, which is 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And
yes, 2025 minus 4 would be 2021.
And she posted this on February 11th of this year.
Right.
And she said it was their meet-aversary.
So they met on February 11th, 2021.
No, that's their meet-aversary.
That's when they met.
They met, yeah. So that's when they met
on February 11th, 2021.
Not if that's the meet-aversary.
The meet-aversary is 2025, like February 11th.
No, but they met on February 11th, 2021. So that's the anniversary date for their first meeting.
I mean, this is like a stupid, innocuous date like Chloe wanting to celebrate her 3-month anniversary.
Stop.
3-month anniversry. Wow.
I know. I hate that.
But if that's the case, then they've known each other for 4 years.
Yeah.
If she's 26 now, he met her.
No. She's 24 now, so she was 20 when they met.
Okay, so maybe that's some of the details she doesn't want to get into.
All right, 9:23 at the MJ Morning Show. When we get back, the final chunk of the MJ Morning Show. Oh, big news on the Pope. And you know what? This is very, very nice. We have details on the conclave, and they've been very thoughtful on the date for the beginning of the conclave, and I'll tell you why. Oh, if you buy that crap, if you buy that absolute cheap-ass garbage from Temu, some people incorrectly call it Temu, but if you buy from Temu, got a little rude awakening for you. That's on the way in just a bit. Anyway, I got some additional celebrity garbage. Hey, a lot of stuff. Final segment is always packed, and it's next here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. 104.7 FM, and we're back in minutes. One at the MJ Morning Show. Earlier this morning, we spoke about the boating accident Sunday night in Clearwater Memorial Causeway. And, of course, one individual was killed. There were multiple injuries. And we mentioned the name of the victim. The deceased on the ferry was 41-year-old Jose Castro of Palm Harbor. And, you know, we discussed that our thoughts go out to family, friends. And I've heard from some family and friends that want to be kept anonymous. And turns out that Jose was a well-liked individual. Jose was always smiling and laughing. Jose worked for the U.S. Postal Service. I don't know if this has been released anywhere, but Jose apparently worked at the Tampa, Maine facility at the airport in processing. So Jose worked for the U.S. Postal Service and apparently very, very well liked. And as you can imagine, all his family and friends are completely torn up about this and it's just unbelievable.
I mean, has there been any word if he has children, or if his children were with him, or is his wife, or what his situation is, or who was with him on this boat after having a fun day in Clearwater Beach?
There was some kind of an event. Remember, you were explaining to me how that works. It was like a sugar.
So that
sand.
was a couple of weeks ago, but I think the remnants of it are still happening.
Yeah.
A lot of people went to see
Sugar Sand Festival.
Yeah, Clearwater Beach was very crowded this month.
Yeah,
I believe that Jose Castro has 2 daughters.
Okay.
Is what I've heard. So 2 daughters. Don't know if the daughters, I don't know how old the daughters are. He's 41. I don't think they were that old. And no word, I haven't heard whether the daughters were on the boat with him. But just a terrible, terrible situation. And again, our thoughts go out to family, friends, co-workers of Jose Castro, who was killed in this freak accident in Clearwater Sunday night. Just terrible. So, I don't think this is a coincidence. The conclave to pick the new pope, the same day that Real ID goes into effect.
Oh.
So I think this is a courtesy. They're starting the conclave, and let me tell you what the Vatican is thinking. That on May 7th, we're going to begin the process of getting a new pope. And on May 7th, you have to have a new ID. So you see the tie-in here?
Yes.
Oh, this was so thank you. I think the Vatican did a very nice job here that all the Catholic cardinals that are eligible, They will meet beginning Monday, May 7th as the start date for the conclave to elect the successor to Pope Francis.
Oh, no. Here they are. People from the rectory are rushing to the DMV to get their real IDs in time to make the trip.
Well, they'll be already over there.
No, the Cardinals
so
are leaving.
like Cardinal Dolan, he already went. So he beat having to have the star on your driver's license, and of course, real ID. That's the only U.S. Cardinal I know. I know there's a Chicago dude. How many Cardinals in the U.S.? And I'm not talking about St. Louis or L.A. All right,
St. Louis or Phoenix.
Or Phoenix, rather. I'm sorry.
Currently, the Catholic Church has 17 U.S. Cardinals.
17 U.S. Cardinals.
And
Look at
10
that.
of them are eligible or eligible to vote in the conclave.
I said St. Louis because of the Rams, so my bad.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so 17 Cardinals in the U.S.
You messed that whole sports thing up.
What?
Every time.
Okay.
Every single time.
You said the Cardinals, except for the St. Louis, which is the baseball team,
right,
and the Los Angeles, which is wrong because they play in Phoenix,
right.
And then you said,
But it was
it
was the L.A. Rams, and then it was also St. Louis.
Okay,
that's what I'm saying.
All right.
The Rams have been in St. Louis. The Rams have been in Los Angeles.
That's a long way to go for a marginal joke at best.
All right.
I'm just saying.
All right. So hey, thanks to the Vatican. Just a reminder: pick a new pope. You got to have a new driver's license in order to get through TSA if you want to fly.
MJ, my son, you're very welcome.
Hey, did you see?
Yes.
Did you see that a $56 million fighter jet fell off of the deck of an aircraft carrier? What the living? $56 million at the bottom of the Red Sea.
I tell you what,
who pays for that?
When you get close to the end of the parking spot,
the answer is we do, the taxpayers.
You can say what you want about Teslas. When you get close to bumping into something, backing up, it goes beep, 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 beep. Stop. The plane doesn't have that?
No one was in it to hear the beep, beep, beep.
They left it in neutral?
Not to mention, apparently the aircraft carrier took a hard turn.
Yeah.
All right. First of all,
how hard of a turn?
I don't think those things that are the size of towns. How does an aircraft carrier make such a jolting maneuver that it throws an FA-18E Hornet off of the aircraft carrier, a Super Hornet?
In open water, can you drift one of those? Like the drift racers?
I don't think so. So a U.S. Navy FA-18E Super Hornet fell off the side of the USS Truman aircraft carrier and fell into the Red Sea. Let me get a coordinate on that. Let me scuba dive that next time I'm scuba diving the Red Sea.
Did they see it, or was it like
they saw it?
I'm just asking. Like, did they wake up the next morning like, hold on, we had 14 of them here yesterday?
No. The guys they saw it. The guy was injured, trying to prevent it from going in. Yeah, the jet, which costs about $56 million, was being towed out of a hangar yesterday when the tug pulling the jet lost control. Both the jet and the tractor fell overboard, according to the Navy. So they lost not only a $56 million FA-18 Super Hornet, which, by the way, I've been in that jet. That was a one-seater. I've been in Blue Angels number 7, which is the 2-seater version of the FA-18. And it's not an E. I don't think they fly the E. They fly older versions. But, I got a Blue Angels ride back in 2007, still one of the greatest experiences of my entire life, flying in an FA-18 with the Blue Angels. And, the damn thing fell into the water.
That sucks.
The pilot and the Navy sailor driving the tractor managed to jump free. One received a minor injury, and apparently they were trying to take evasive maneuvers to get away from some Houthi terrorist fire that was being, I guess, fired toward the aircraft carrier.
Yeah.
Listen, why you blow those efforts to smithereens is what you ought to do. I hate Illinois Nazis and Houthi terrorists. So, $56 million. Probably try to come up, maybe some guardrails on there. I don't know, just some bumpers.
Oh, okay, that doesn't work.
MJ, look at this picture.
Do they call? Who makes the Who makes the FA-18 Super Hornet? Is that a Lockheed product?
I don't know.
Or is that the Martin or
Boeing.
Does Boeing make it?
FA-18 Super Hornet.
Is it made by Boeing?
Boeing.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you call up and say, hey, yeah, we need to place an order for another one? We just
Boeing's happy for the order right about now.
Yeah, really.
So look at this image right here. This is a photograph from 2009, but this is one of those ships, one of those carriers.
Yeah, it's called an aircraft carrier.
Making a very aggressive turn, and it looks like it turns on a dime. I mean,
dude, that thing's like a quarter mile long.
I know,
It does not turn on a dime.
Look at that image. Look at the surface kicking up.
That's Photoshop.
It has a So
I don't
according
know.
to a former U.S. Navy captain, they use a zigzag pattern, a zigzag tactic to avoid incoming missile attacks.
All right. Michelle.
This is like a pretty agile piece.
Michelle.
This isn't a Carnival Cruise.
Type into Google top speed of USS Harry S. Truman. What is the top speed of this aircraft carrier? That's what I want to know. I mean, it can't be more than 12 knots, right?
This is
15 tops.
This is the Harry S. Truman in the picture, by the way. This
Yeah,
is
it
a
is.
2009 photograph of them doing a high-speed turn or a rudder check.
What is the top speed? It should be easy. Top speed of the USS Harry S.
It
Truman.
can drive the ship at speeds over 30 knots or 56
Are you
kilometers.
serious?
35 miles per hour.
That thing can go, really? I would have never thought that it could go that fast.
Yeah.
All right, I stand corrected.
It's a war machine, you know.
Yeah,
I mean,
thank you.
They got a little pepper on it.
Thank you. Hey, you know those driverless cars? You know Waymo?
Yeah.
We don't have them. Do they have Waymo in Miami? Are there any Waymos in Florida, Orlando? I don't think there are any in Tampa. Just type in where is Waymo. Waymo plans to expand robo-taxi service to Miami sometime this year. All right, so we don't have Waymo in Florida yet, but I guess
I know it's in San Francisco now.
Yeah.
I know it's in Austin, Texas now.
So the Waymo car is, you get into the car, there's no driver. It's an autonomous self-driving car. Listen to this thing. A California tennis instructor is now suing Waymo. You know, you've heard the stories. Remember we had a story like a month or so ago that there was a guy trying to get to the airport.
It was just doing loop-de-loops.
The thing was driving in circles in a parking lot. And he had to call like Waymo customer service. Jane, get me off this crazy thing. It's just driving in circles. He's trying to get to the airport. I think he missed his flight.
So San Fran, LA, Phoenix, and Austin are currently the cities.
That's where Waymo is, the self-driving, ride share, whatever you call this thing, self-driving taxi. So listen to this. A California tennis instructor, he's now suing Waymo because he gets out of the car and he needed to get all of his expensive tennis equipment out of the trunk. car took off. The car takes off with all of his tennis gear. What the hell? Oh, my God.
I mean, how do you open the trunk? How does the trunk know to open?
Daniel Lindley said he had just been dropped off at San Francisco's Golden Gate Park when he went to get his stuff from the trunk. But the button to open the trunk is supposed to be automatic. It's supposed to appear on the app. So you're on the app, the Waymo app, open trunk, there's a button, and apparently he hit the button on the app and it wouldn't open the trunk. And then the car just takes off. He says he called customer service to get them to open it remotely, but while he was on the phone with customer service, the Waymo
The car just left.
just took off. All his expensive tennis gear is in the trunk. Yeah. His all of his expensive teaching items, a large duffel bag full of tennis balls, portable teaching cart, a couple of ball hoppers, his personal tennis racket, other gear, gone.
It's a lot of crap to carry with you.
He said he made several unsuccessful attempts to contact Waymo to be reimbursed before he finally filed a police report. He's seeking $12,500 in damages against the company. Yeah, the maximum amount allowed in small claims cases, according to his lawsuit filed last week in San Francisco Superior Court. He claims that his actual losses are higher since he can't book his lessons now without all the equipment.
He's right. He lost a lot of income.
He's out the money. He's out all of his equipment right now. He says it's unacceptable. So I don't know how they can't find this stuff. It didn't just drive into a black hole. You know what it sounds? It sounds like someone else boosted it out of the trunk. Someone else stole it. As this Waymo was just, who the hell knows where it went? I mean, they know where it went. They know all the subsequent rides after this thing took off from Tennis Man. Wow. I'm not getting into one of these. There's no way in hell. There's no way in hell I'm getting into a driverless car.
So downtown Tampa has dash cars.
Oh, I've seen those.
But those are manned. I mean, they're Tesla Model 3s, I think.
I've seen those parked. You know where that mystery Burger King is downtown?
Yeah.
Is that like off of Scotch Street or whatever?
Like as soon as you take the western downtown exit.
You take the Ashley exit or whatever. You
going to Emily.
Yeah. So there's that Burger King, which it's like, why did they put a Burger King there?
Everybody going to downtown for work stops for breakfast.
Does that do business?
Yeah.
You think that Burger King does biz?
Sure.
All right.
It must. It's been there for a long time.
Plus, there's a lot of housing in that area.
But right around there, it's just weird. There's nothing else there. But right around there, I've seen those.
There's downtown.
I've
there's
seen
apartments
those
on one side, downtown on the other.
All right.
Yeah.
Listen,
big interstate.
But what I'm saying is, near that Burger King, I've seen a bunch of these yellow dash Tesla Model 3s parked in the past. All right, I've got up the final thing today. If you are somehow inexplicably drawn to purchase cheap crap from the Chinese junk site Temu.
Oh, my God. I have an aunt addicted to it.
Really?
Are you serious?
And she heard you say.
You have an aunt problem?
And she said.
Expired.
My aunt heard you say
Temu.
that if you have Temu, they get all your information.
Oh, they're spying on you. They're up your butts.
So she went out and canceled Temu on her phone.
Yeah.
And then bought a burner phone just to download Temu. And she has a prepaid card that she uses now, and she's like, I still shop at Temu, but they don't have my information.
That's awesome.
What's your aunt's name?
Peggy.
Aunt Peggy? Oh, I've heard of Aunt Peggy.
Peggy, yeah.
I think I've met Aunt Peggy in the past.
She's like, are you sure he was right when they said the Chinese get all your information? I was like, I don't know why he would lie. I mean, I think that's the way.
Does Aunt Peggy have a TikTok account? Because they're also robbing her blind there as well.
I don't think she has a TikTok, but Aunt Peggy,
sure she does.
She's like, do you like that cup you're drinking out of? I was like, I do. She's like, I got it from Temu.
How old is Aunt Peggy?
Maybe 100.
Yeah. Oh, she got a drink. She got a drinking cup out of. Guess what? Whoever's drinking out of that cup has got lead poisoning now.
Thanks.
Yeah. You got the cup.
I got the cup.
Yeah, add that to your myasthenia gravis.
I bought this off of Temu. Look how nice it is.
Yeah. She's so sweet.
Like 85.
She's really?
Yeah.
Well, good for her.
Yeah.
She's going out and buying burner phones at 85. That's great.
She knows what she's doing.
She lives in one of those senior communities, and they all love the Temu.
Oh, jeez. It's garbage. It's the worst low-grade crap you can buy. Anyway, the update, the reason why I'm bringing this up is that Temu has increased prices to deal with the steep tariffs of up to 124%.
All that would apply to everything on Temu.
Guess what? Oh, it's all junk. And apparently all the junk on Temu, or a lot of it right now, and it is pronounced Temu, not Timu, apparently they've doubled the prices on most things. So
what? So instead of being $2, it's $4?
Yeah. So instead of the bedroom set being $1.97,
yeah,
it's now $2 and $3.94.
Yeah, I wanted to see you do that math in your head because you were so bad at that.
I just did $3.94.
I have never met anybody who can add big numbers so well and little numbers so poorly.
I know. I know.
It's like, what?
I know, Fester.
I just did the math in my head in relatively fast time.
Okay, all right. You got it.
All right, we got to go. It is 9:48. I got the Cash Kitty coming up in 12 minutes. 12 minutes away, the Cash Kitty. And another keyword will give you the text number again. Somebody's going to win $1,000 next. Could be you. Get ready to text it on in. Hey, if you did not get your Mother's Day garage door entry in, you got all week. You've got from now until midnight on Sunday night to get your entry in. And folks, this is a biggie. We're giving away 5 garage door openers. These are the LiftMaster 87504s from Banco Overhead Doors. Top of the line. Mom, wants a brand new top-of-the-line garage door opener for the house for Mother's Day. This is the ultimate Mother's Day gift. So how do you win? You send a story on why mom needs a new garage door opener. I don't care if it's a real story, a fake story. I don't care if it's a sad story, if it's a happy story, whatever. Just send the entry in, email a quick story. Just don't make it 19 pages. Send the story why mom needs a garage door opener, and then the best stories win starting Monday morning next week. Every day next week, we're going to give away another LiftMaster 87504 garage opener, courtesy of Banco Overhead Doors, the official garage door company of me, MJ. So get your entries in, email your entries, and listen, it could be the husband, it could be the kids. Hey, mom yourself, mom, you could send an entry in. Just, I don't care if it's real story, fake story, whatever. Send your entry in to MJ at mjmorningshow.com, and we start giving away the garage door openers next Monday morning. So good luck. Folks, have a great day. We'll see you back here tomorrow. MJ Morning Show on Q105, and let's be careful out there.
The Q105 app is your connection to all the big contests.